Hello, football fans, and welcome inside Starlight Stadium for today's Week 2 BCFC action between the Prince George Kodiaks and the Westshore Rebels. Alongside BC Football Hall of Famer Paul Short, I'm Tyler Bennett. Thank you for joining us here at the field. And Paul, very new look Westshore Rebels this year. What have you liked from what you've seen from the Rebels in their Week 1 win against Kamloops?
I guess that just the continuity of they picked up where they left off last year. And that was important for Coach Townsend, to put his thumbprint on the team, but they didn't venture too far off the track, which I was impressed with.
And for the Prince George Kodiaks, they make the long trek here to Victoria for the first time in their program's history. What have you seen from Prince George? Is this the year that they finally get out of the basement and maybe we see them contending for a playoff spot?
I don't know if they'll be contending for a playoff spot at this point, but they have improved. What the game I saw last week, they really improved. They moved the ball well, and they look like a football team that it's hungry to say, okay, we're 3 years in, let's get going.
And if for those who don't know, here in Victoria, we lost our general manager, Roger Wade, this past week at the age of 61. I know, Paul, you knew Roger very well. What can you just say about the person and the man?
The biggest heart in the world. I had the honor of coaching Roger back in 82 and 83 with junior B level of football with the Victoria Hornets, and he played defensive line for me, and I wouldn't say he was the swiftest guy on the field because our D-line always came last because they used Roger as the pacemaker. But no, it's just one of those guys that from then to now when I saw him, it was big hugs all the time with a big smile, and he was I don't like the term mover and shaker, but he was a guy that made things happen out here with this stadium and just making sure these players had an opportunity to come to Victoria, come to Westshore, and experience the positive things. And as a matter of fact, he just was put on the CJFL board working on the mental health issue, and which was huge for him. And and these young men are always looking out for any help they can get, and Roger was going to spearhead that. So big hole to fill in that part, but I'm going to miss him. I really am. I'm going to miss him.
And before we get down to action, we're going to go to field level here for a moment of silence for our friend, Roger Wade.
We'd be remiss if I didn't mention that our sponsors, the businesses, the people that support this program, I ask you to jump on our website and support those businesses that support the football team. I'd like to introduce our MLA from Langford, Ravi. He's excited to be here today, one of our top fans. And I think if you missed it last year during our Cullen Cup run, did a nice presentation for the team in the, what do you call that? The legislature. Yeah, there you go. So thank you for that, Ravi. And here's Ravi Parmar. Thank you.
Hey, thanks very much. Rebel Nation, how are we doing? Oh, okay, come on. We can be louder than that. Langford, Rebels Nation, how are we doing? Pretty good. I will be very brief before I hand it back over to Rob. This is a really great day. We're kicking off our season, second game here at home, the home opener. But I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that this week has been very tough for the Rebels, for the community of Langford. In fact, the broader Westshore community. We lost a brother, a husband, a father in Roger Wade. And as you are here in spirit, those who have known Roger for a long time, those who, like me, have gotten to know him through his work on Langford Council, it is so important that we carry on his spirit, his love for Langford, his love for the West Shore, and his love for the Rebels football team. He has left us too soon. I want to pay tribute to Gina and the entire family. I know that they are going through hell right now. But you being here, continuing on Roger's legacy, I know will mean the world to him and his family. I now want to acknowledge and introduce Ren Louie from the Howsett First Nations, who will do our territorial acknowledgement.
Just in time.
Pardon? Yeah, sure. Good afternoon, everyone. Lots of familiar faces. My name's Ren Louie. My indigenous name's Wiikananish, and I come from the Ahousaht First Nation, a longtime Langford resident, and a big Rebels fan. And I just want to start us by acknowledging the territory that we're on today, the Beecher Bay Shianu, Sauk, and the Pachidot. And it's such an honor to be here to cheer on the Rebels, but to be on this beautiful territory and to be in the house that Roger built. So with that, I'll do a small chant here. One, to keep the Wade family in our hearts and our minds, but two, to set the Rebels off on a good season here. So if you're able, if you could please stand, that would be greatly appreciated, and remove your cap. We know, we know, we know, we know. Otsiko, like why he's the way we know, we know. True. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was excellent. Just a couple more things. This year, the players will be wearing a decal on their helmet to honor Big Raj. So you'll see that in the back of their helmet. They'll be wearing those today. I want you all to join us on our August 10th Alumni Night. Well, we will do a celebration for Roger. And I think that's the opportunity to get all the people that he touched and loved them over the years here. And we look forward to you joining us on August 10th. I would also like to thank all the people that reached out this week. We've had an outpouring of emotion from the community. A lot of love, a lot of comments, and we appreciate all the words. So thank you, and enjoy the game today. And we'll see you August 10th for the Alumni Night and the celebration of Roger. Right now, I wish you could rise and join us for a moment of silence, please. And there's his lovely wife and his daughter right there. The cowbells that Roger loves so dearly. So thank you all. And enjoy the game. And look forward to a great season. Rebel up. Now, sorry. Stay on your feet and join us for Old Canada. Thank you.
you have it. We now only have the coin toss to go. And we will be underway here for Red in the Park here at Starlight Stadium, the Rebels' home opener. Captains from each team will meet the referees at center. Basically, the coin toss. For those of you who don't know about BCFC football, this determines who will kick and who will receive the ball at the start of the game, and which way each team will defend once we are underway. Very touching moments here. Rob Lervold, obviously the president of the team, making those announcements before with a heavy heart. I know Raj and Rob really go a long ways back here in Langford.
They do, and it's, you know, a lot of people don't appreciate the amount of work Roger's done behind the scenes for the team, you know, and I talked to him a lot. When he joined the CJFL board, I talked to him even more. And he's one of those guys that wasn't afraid of a task. Just take it on, put our nose to the grindstone and get it done, and make it sure that it's done. And huge hole to fill. Big man, but a huge hole to fill for the Rebels right now.
We didn't really touch on the new bench boss for the Rebels coming in, Mark Townsend. If you are anyone who knows football here on the island, you will know Mark Townsend of the Mount Doug Rams, led them to 9 consecutive provincial titles with the Rams, but most recently came in from Hawaii of all places, so they must have given him a pretty good offer to leave Hawaii to come here to coach the Rebels. Tell us a little bit about Mark Townsend.
Well, he played all his minor football here. You can remember coaching, and he was playing, and I think it was junior Bantam or something, and he was an athlete. He could make things happen. And then when he gravitated to coaching, he just took that attitude with him, and the success he had at Mount Doug is just tremendous, which led open doors to an opportunity to coach in Hawaii. But he's also played at this level. He played 1977. He was quarterback for the Victoria Dolphins, and the Dolphins weren't a very good team at that time. But Mark, he played like he coached. He's just doing the best he can, and he's innovative. He's making things happen. And the kids around him or players around him respond to his positivity. And he's got a good start. He got his first win last week, and that just shows where he's continuing that Rebel. I think what the Rebels hope is dynasty, but it's a long season. They've got a lot of new faces, so it's going to be interesting. But they are on I think it's a 12-game unbeaten streak right now, and that's a team record. Last year, first team to go 10-0, first time ever in history, and they're going to try to keep that happening.
The Rebels also on the defensive end, new defensive coordinator Todd Ruther. He was the running back coach last year. He's been involved with the organization for a number of years now. And also graduating player Connor Way also helping out on the defensive side. You'll see him in the bucket hat. We'll see him lots. He gets pretty animated throughout the play. So lots of new personnel, lots of new positions, but a lot of familiar faces for this Rebels team.
Yeah, absolutely. And Todd, like Mark, he played his junior football here in Victoria with the Vancouver Island Sharks. And just, again, understanding the athletes from this part of the world and putting back into the game. He also coaches at the high school level. He's coached the minors, the Bantam, junior Bantams, midgets. So he's well versed in the game, and I thought it was a good move because he's a good defensive person right from the beginning. He was a linebacker when he played, so just a natural fit for him.
So here we go. The ball is spotted. The Rebels in red will be kicking the ball from right to left. The Kodiaks in their white with yellow trim will be receiving this, and the Rebels home opener is underway as that kick well deep into the backfield. And up goes the Kodiaks, getting some blocks to the left, and he is going to be tackled down just past the 30-yard line. Good start for the Kodiaks. They'll have good field position for their first drive of the football game.
Yeah, it was a good good return. It wasn't a great return. You'd like to get it across the 35-yard line, but first start, Kodiaks, first time ever in Victoria, and it's a long trip. They stayed over last night in Chilliwack, so it wasn't, they didn't have to worry about getting in late here, so they can get over here. But again, the butterflies are floating around, and they're in the home of the team that won the Cullen Cup last year.
Myron Brown returning that kick, and now it's Sawyer Thiessen under center for the Kodiaks. It's a handoff play on first down, and the Rebels D-line getting there quick. It's only a gain of about 3. That's going to bring up a big 2nd and 7.
That was not a bad. Again, just something, get the feet underneath you, get everybody blocking somebody, and just pick up what you can. A manageable 2nd down coming up, but it's a good run. Boy, it's tough to see these numbers. It's the light colored, the gold on the white is difficult.
We'll do our best to give you those names as we see them. Sawyer Thiessen last week, 3 pass touchdowns, 2 rushing. And here's going to be a throw on second down. That is going to be complete over the middle. That's Jerome Erickson with the reception, and that's a Kodiaks first down.
Yeah, it was a good route too by Rome. It was just a quick out, get to the first down marker, pick it up, and keep the chains moving in your favor.
So good first look on offense here for the Kodiaks. The Rebels trying to adapt on defense. Haven't got much pressure yet to Thiessen, as we just mentioned. 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. How hard is it to contain a quarterback that can run and throw the football?
Oh, very difficult, especially in the width of this field. Very difficult.
Spread out offense. It's a handoff to Halverson up the middle, and he is going to try and power ahead. He's going to get about 4 on that one, as that's Gavin Halverson. Had 95 yards from the line of scrimmage in week 1. We'll see his number a lot today.
Yeah, it was a good run. That was a lot of just his legs alone making that happen.
So it's 2nd and 5. Rebels looking to get a stop here to force a long 3rd down.
Yeah, again, they're getting used to it. They've got to make sure that they understand that, you don't want to look past these guys, because the next game's against the Sun, but you got to beat these guys too.
Here's Thiessen with an empty backfield. He's going to throw, and that is going to be just held on to, as that is Erickson once again on the near sideline, just gets it over the defensive backs, and that's another Kodiak's first down.
Yeah, it looked like he was just kind of hiding on the sideline there, and the defensive back tried to knock it down, but just over his outstretched arms, and Erickson, sitting on the sidelines for another first down. That
was a Derek Jeter-esque throw there from
Yes, it was,
on the run. So it's another 1st and 10. The Rebels crowd trying to get this D pumped up. Here's 1st and 10. It's a handoff play up the middle, and that time the Rebels defensive line getting the stop. And that is only going to be a gain of about 3 or 4. And that's going to be Taven Spina on the tackle there for the Rebels to bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, Spina came right from the outside in and was able to get to the back heel of the running back and put him on the ground after a 2-yard gain. But again, the Kodiaks, they got some confidence right here, picking up a few first downs and moving the football in the Rebels' territory.
2nd and 7, empty backfield set again. Thiessen's going to go deep, and it is out of reach, incomplete. That was Andrew Brown wide open downfield, but just couldn't connect. And now it's decision time for the Kodiaks. Looks like they're going to bring out their punt team on 3rd down.
Yeah, I think the quarterback, Thiessen felt that the pressure on his backside. He threw it before he wanted to throw the ball and was all armed, just out of the reach of the receiver. But Spina came in pretty hard on him to put him on the ground and make him overthrow that.
So for someone who isn't familiar with the BCFC setup, only 3 downs to play, unlike the NFL 4 downs play, so that's why you're seeing the punt team out here on 3rd and 7. And we'll see where the Kodiaks can spot this one up. It's going to be a big kick down the right sideline. It's a good one. And having to go way back there is Carter Williams. He's going to take it in his end zone and try and run this one out. He's got Kodiaks all around him, and he is going to be tackled just past the goal line. And the Rebels are really going to have to work here to get out of their own end.
Well, that was a good punt. He had the wind at his back, but it was a really good punt, and it drove the Rebel returner into the end zone. But because he brought it out of the end zone, they're going to get the ball on the 20-yard line. So you're not backed up too close to your own goal line.
Again, one of those BCFC rules. That's why I have Paul Short up here with me to inform me on all those rules.
Yeah, it was something just to try to, because everybody back in the day would give up a single point. So the amateur football group said, let's make it more exciting. If you bring it out, then we're going to give you advantage on it. And just got to get it across the goal line.
There's a running play on 1st down. That was Chris McClarty on the handoff. Didn't get far at all. That's Ethan McGinnis making the tackle, and now it's set up as 2nd and long. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage there.
It doesn't look like it. And Picard, player of the week last week, first Rebel ever to throw 5 touchdown passes in the first game of the year.
And there is a 2nd down incomplete, as that was Tristan Ramos Aravallo looking for the reception. And that's a quick 2 and out for the Rebels offense here at home. Probably not the start they were looking for.
Yeah, I think it was just the pass was a little bit low and not an opportunity for the receiver to get his hands on it, that's for sure.
So the Kodiaks fired up on the sideline here, and this is a Kodiaks team that hasn't experienced much success against this Rebels team. Last year, the Rebels went up to Prince George and put on a 49-10 rout of the Kodiaks, and the Kodiaks only their 3rd year in the BCFC, so this is definitely a good rallying cry for them.
Yeah, it's one of those things that they've got to learn, they got to grow, Not a very good punt here, but
That is going to be out of bounds just past the Rebels' 30-yard line. So this is some early trouble here for the Rebels, as that was Charlie Wiersma on the kick. It's his first year here in the Westshore, trying to take over some of the responsibilities that Gio Lanuzzi has generally taken, but he's maybe trying to limit his usage a little bit here in this first couple games.
Yes, yeah, because Gino was in the top 50. He was number 7, I believe, of the CGFL most rated players coming back. So you don't want to burn them out too much. But the Kodiaks, they get their fire up. Their new head coach, Jamie Borum, who was with them last year, used to coach the Okanagan's son, ex-professional with Hamilton and Saskatchewan. So he's got good pedigree, and he's brought a different feel to the team, to where they're starting to believe and knowing that they can be part of into the mix of the BCFC.
So that first down pass by Thiessen, incomplete, looking for the left sideline. So that brings up a 2nd and 10. They're spotted at about the 26-yard line. It is kickable from that range, but they got to have a good boot to get it all the way in to score 3 points from here. They probably want 1 first down before they think about kicking this.
Absolutely, yeah, especially with the winds kind of swirling around too.
2nd and 10, Thiessen going to throw. That is going to be out of the hands and incomplete, as that was Jerome Erickson. He's been busy here in this first couple sets, but that is going to be 3rd down and long. And let's see what the kick team has to say here for the Kodiaks.
Yeah, I think Brady's coming in. Brady Harper, who was last week's Player of the Week. He was also the only kicker in the BCFC last year to go 100% on field goal tries. He was 11 for 11.
So we are going to see Brady in action early here. He's lining up his kick. This spotted just around the 35-yard line. His longest last week was 37. Again, 2 for 2 last week. So let's see what Brady Harper can do to see if the Kodiaks can get on the board here first. Here comes the snap. It's a good one. Here's the kick, and it is wide left. And looks like that one is going to be whistled down. So it's going to be a single point, because I believe that Williams went through the back of the end zone to receive that. So we'll wait and see what the score is. But this could be a single point for Prince George, despite the missed kick.
It would be, yes. Yeah.
And there you have it. So it is a 1-0 Kodiaks lead on the missed field goal by Brady Harper, his first miss of the season.
Yeah, it didn't look like he missed by much. Our angle was tough to tell, but surprised that the Rebels tried to run that out from there, but unfortunately, you step on the back line, you're out of bounds, and Kodiaks get the single point.
So the Kodiaks open the scoring in this, albeit a single point, and now Ethan Picard back on the field looking for more success after a tough 2-and-out to start this football game. Single back formation. It's going to be a throw to the right. It's going to be caught. That's Zion Brown. Only a gain of about 4 there, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, that's a good pass. Just get your confidence back, a little quick out, get what you can after the catch, but just allow Ethan a chance to get his arm working. You got pressure coming now, and it's been a tough week for all these players too, so they've got to focus back into actual game time and playing.
Here's a handoff to Ryan Vincent, and that play going nowhere. So the Kodiaks defensive line really giving the Rebels fits here. It's 3rd and 5, and it looks like they're going to be punting this ball away again.
Yeah, I'll be punting too. I was kind of a surprise at the run play on that one, and the Kodiaks had the line stacked up, and there was nowhere to run, not a hole anywhere. Yeah, Kodiak's playing pretty good right now. 5 minutes into the game, and they've got some confidence, but it's a long game. The Rebels are the defending champs, and this could be one of those end of the game things. Here they go, trying to mix it up with a fake, which they get the first down.
Ted Wyndham Jr., a little trickery from the Rebels, and that will keep the offense on the field. That was a ballsy move by Mark Townsend and the team early on in this football game.
Yeah, sometimes something you need. That maybe Mark felt it too, that they needed something to get the confidence into the kids, get their heads back, understanding this is a game today, and Roger's watching, but he's going to be cheering too. He's not mad at you.
So here it is, 1st and 10, new life for Picard. He's got time to throw. He's going to go deep, and it is going to be caught by Kwame Franklin, and he is going to try and break the tackle and dragged out of bounds at the 15. That is the Rebels offense we know and love. A huge first down and red zone time for the Rebels.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass. He put it where it had to be, up high, towards his outside shoulder. The defensive back had no chance. And the Rebels go up and get to the high point of the football, and big first down.
Kwame Franklin, a returning Rebel from Nova Scotia. Didn't see a lot of playing time in last season, had a few touchdown catches. He's going to be relied upon heavily as there's a penalty here.
Interference against the Rebels.
So that is all for naught. And we talked a little bit about this, that penalties have seemed to be a real issue for the Rebels in week 1. They gave up about 200 yards in penalties. And I feel like every game last year we were talking about penalties being a thorn in the Rebels' side.
Well, the Rebels have always, shouldn't say too much here because I did coach them, but they lead the BCFC almost every year in penalties and penalty yardage. And I don't know if it's something about the name Rebels or just guys on the island a little more rougher.
Here's Picard rolling out of the pocket, and it is going to be incomplete. Zion Brown was the intended receiver. Just a little bit of an inaccurate pass on the run there, and now it brings up second and very long.
Oh, that Picard, he had happy feet there. I thought he was a little too early bailing out. I think he had good protection. Yeah, and like you say, just a little bit out of the reach. And now they're going to try to hurry up here. No huddle, just to make it happen.
So here we go. It's a second and very long. Picard is going to throw a screen pass to Aravallo, but he is going to be wrapped up immediately, and he has nowhere to go. So that is going to be a long third down, and you have to think no trickery here. Just kick this ball away and try and play some defense.
Yeah, I think just pound the ball downfield and put your defense back out there, and hopefully you get a good coverage so there's no big return. Yeah, you have to have about a 22-yard run here to get a first down on a fake. But you never know. You never know.
So here we go. Rebels punt team out again, looking for a better kick from last time here from Charlie Wiersma, first-year Rebel. Flags fly here on this kick. This is a much better kick down the left sideline, and that is going to roll out of bounds. So we'll see what the flag is here, and we'll see if we need to re-spot the ball anywhere. We'll listen in for the referee's call once they've made one.
The way everybody's moving around, I think it's probably against the Kodiaks. Offside Kodiaks. I would think they'll probably decline it.
So wait and see. Mark Townsend currently trying to course with the official at the middle of the field here, but here comes the call. You have it.
Head official Deepak. This is apparently his first game wearing the white hat.
It's got to be one of the tougher things to do is to officiate a football game. He's got a lot of help, but there's a lot of things going on all at the same time.
Absolutely, and the game is so quick. The kids are so quick, and you got to be in position. And I think that's one of the main things that the coaches talk about is that they miss this play, and generally it's because the game is so quick that the officials are just even a little bit. You might miss a hole or you might miss a little penalty. And so that's be the tough part. My son is head official in the Nanaimo Okanagan game this afternoon, and proud of him, but I feel for him too because I know how quick the game is.
That was P.J. Hudson in on the tackle early there. Not much to speak of. And now it's a 2nd and 10 for the Kodiaks, who need a good completion here to stay on the field. Thiessen. Looked like somebody jumped the line there. It's going to be offside, so it's a free play here for the Kodiaks as that one nearly intercepted. But again, all for naught as it looks like that was P.J. maybe a little too amped up from the last play. Tried to jump the line and mistimed it.
I think, you got caught sneaking in there, and I'll give the Kodiaks 5 yards, put them in a 2nd down, and about 4, I guess. Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to focus because I know they get the week off next week, the Rebels, and then they get the sun in your own gym, and hopefully you're not looking ahead. And I'm Coach Townsend definitely won't let them look ahead, but mentally you're going, oh geez, we're playing the Kodiaks, and yeah. So it could take a while to get really, really focused in. But all it takes is one break as well. Interception, a fumble, sack.
So
That's offside again on the Rebels.
So there's a free play, but that is going to be complete. So the Kodiaks probably going to decline this one, and that is Jerome Erickson. We've said his name a lot so far, number 13 for the Kodiaks. He's been Thiessen's favorite receiver so far, and why not? He's got 3 great catches, and this is going to back up the Rebels, and it's going to be a Kodiaks 1st and 10.
Well, he's not a big guy, so he's got that ability to sneak in and into the zones and find the hole and be open. And Thiessen's got the eyes to find him.
So a couple offsides from P.J. Hudson after jumping the line on the first one and being successful. Maybe has to wait back a little more and avoid getting some more penalties here for the Rebels. But now with the ball spotted at midfield, Kodiaks looking to put together another good drive. And so far, so good. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And Thiessen going to drop back here. It's going to be a quick throw, and it's
nice
going to be
catch.
caught. And P.J. Hudson in on the tackle quickly there. That was Carson Briere with the reception. And Briere also had a good first week here for the Kodiaks. He had 6 receptions, 112 yards receiving, and 3 touchdowns. So he's got a lot to follow up on after a very successful first week against the Raiders from Nanaimo.
Oh, absolutely. And those 3 touchdowns established Kodiak records for touchdowns in the game and touchdown receptions in the game. So they've got a good passing attack. And look, I'm impressed with it right now, and see how the long game stretches out for them.
And that is Carson Briere again. And that is a first down. Another penalty against Westshore.
Yeah, it was a rough play penalty, so it might have been a targeting, because it would look like a hat-to-hat hit. But another 15-yard penalty. That's a lot of penalty yardage the Rebels have given up so far in this first quarter.
So now the Kodiaks in the red zone looking to score the first major points of this football game. And Halverson goes up the middle. Looks like he might have tripped on Ted Wyndham Jr. there. It's only a gain of about 1, maybe 2. And it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it was just, again, they just establish something, put something, make it work. Defensively, I think the Rebels have to step up a little bit with their linebackers. Excuse me, the D-line is getting pressure, but linebackers aren't there yet.
So the Kodiaks looking here at 2nd and 8. After the ball was spotted, Sawyer Thiessen going to spread this offense out. He's got 3 receivers deep down the left and 2 to the right. He also has Xander Shane with him in the backfield. Halverson coming off after that last play. And it looks like the officials just want to make sure they spot the ball correctly. And we're just adjusting the game clock to 5:03, so we're just making sure everything's all connected here on the field. And this is a big play here, 2nd and long. Could be the distance between a major score and giving up just a field goal. Thiessen gonna drop back, he's looking to his right, he throws, and it is dropped, incomplete. And that was in and out of the hands of Cale Cowley. And now it looks like the field goal unit is on once again for the Kodiaks, so Brady Harper going to get a second try here at a much shorter distance.
Yeah, I thought the pass obviously was behind him, and it put it a little bit low, but I thought it was an ill-advised pass because the receiver that was going towards the end zone had a couple steps on the defender. Could have launched it up and maybe had a touchdown on that one.
So Brady Harper, after missing the first one from about 35 yards, is going to be able to kick this one from just past the 25. So a little bit closer this time. And looking to put 3 more points on the board here for the Kodiaks. And here comes the snap. It's a good hold, and it is up, and that is through. So that is a field goal for Brady Harper after missing the first one of the game, and now the Kodiaks take a 4-0 lead late in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a good drive, but the success of the drive was all on the Rebels giving up penalty yardage, and I wouldn't say the Kodiaks are happy with 3 points, but you got to be happy with 3 points. You're in the defending champs' house, and you're up 4-0 here with still 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
So tell me, Paul, about the kickoff routine here, because usually in NFL football, they would kick this ball away and return. This ball just being spotted at the 35. Why is that?
Well, the Rebels have the choice either to ask the Kodiaks to kick off or take the ball at the 35. It's the same in the CFL, but in the CFL, after 3-minute warning, you have to kick off. And again, it's all to generate interest and excitement for the game.
Here's a little trickery again from the Rebels as Chris McClarty on the fake jet going around the outside of the zone, and that is a good pickup, and that's a Rebels first down.
That was a good play because almost every Kodiak defender was flowing to his left, and McClarty just kicked around to the left, right end, and good yardage, good yardage.
So a little deception there from Picard. Catches the Kodiaks off guard, and now it's 1st and 10 at midfield. Let's see what the Rebels can cook up this time. Got a very spread out formation here. It looks like another trick play, and Picard gonna look now, gonna throw down the left sideline. That is just a throwaway ball. Looks like that time the Kodiaks did not bite on the fake, and nowhere for Picard to go.
Yeah, it looked like there was complete confusion in the Rebels backfield on that one because there was no receiver there, and Picard had no chance really to set his feet, so just throw it away and play another down.
2nd and long, Picard getting some blocking, and he's going to try and step up, and he's going to throw this one short. That's caught by Zion Brown, and that is another Rebels first down as Picard running out of options, smart enough to just hand it off to Brown there, pick up the extra yards, and move the chains.
Well, he was smart because he allowed Brown to get open, and he didn't panic when he had the 3 Kodiaks coming down on him in a hurry, and he just did his little hop, skip, and jump and put the ball right where he needed to get it, and first down.
So 1st and 10, the Rebels into Kodiak's territory for the first time, and this is going to be a handoff play down the right side. There is a flag and a huge hit at the end of that play, but some good yardage. That would be Lyndon Williams, number 8, one of the other new Rebels on the offense here, but we'll have to see, are the Rebels against the penalties once again?
Yeah, holding Rebels. Yeah, Zion Brown, just as he was turning the corner, had a hold of the defensive back.
So penalties, as we mentioned, seem to always be against the Rebels in terms of getting the ball downfield. They were into Kodiak's territory for the first time, now backed up once again to midfield, and they've got a 1st and very long situation here.
Yeah, they'll figure this out. They'll figure this penalty thing out pretty quick.
Picard gonna dump this one off again to Chris McClarty. That is caught. He breaks the defender's tackle and keeps going for the extra yardage as Chris McClarty on the dump off play gets some pretty good yardage, and this is going to be a 2nd and manageable here for the Rebels.
Yeah, that was a very nice play. The defender tried to knock the ball down, but he didn't have his back arm wrapped around him, so the receiver was able to break the tackle and pick up good yardage on this one. Really short here, 2nd down, about 4.
Here is Picard backing out. Here comes the pressure, and he is going to scramble here, and he's going to get the first down and slide. And I am surprised there is no flag there as Picard went to slide down and still took a hit. The Rebels sideline is furious with that call, and it looks like they're not going to get anything on it.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I thought that was unnecessary for the Kodiaks. Even as soon as you're down in amateur football, you're down. You don't have to be tackled down. And I know, you're coming in and you're in control, supposed to be in control, but sometimes you just let yourself go and things happen. But we got to talk about safety.
So it's a 3rd and short situation. The Rebels gonna go for it, and Picard gonna go right under center. It's a handoff play to Ryan Vincent, and I don't think he got there. We're gonna spot the ball, but it looks like a turnover on downs, and that is a tough possession here if the Kodiaks do not get this. We might have to go get a measure of the chains here.
Yeah, it's pretty close. They might just be a touch short, but
So we'll get out the markers here. The official's going to grab them, bring over the chains. But from first glance, didn't look like he was even close to getting it as he was met right at the line of scrimmage. That was Ryan Vincent on the handoff. So here comes the measure. And been a frustrating first quarter here for this Rebels offense. When they have had success, the penalties have backed them up. And so far haven't had much to sniff at in terms of points.
that's a turnover and downs.
And they are really spotting this ball. We're going to have to see. Whenever the official asks for help, it doesn't usually mean a good thing.
That's true. First down. Yeah.
So it is a turnover on downs after all. And the Rebels are going to come up empty here. And it's just been that kind of start for Westshore here, and still looking to really catch into gear here so far.
Yeah, I think they're, obviously the coaches will settle them down, give them a little talk. But it's just, don't get too down. The Kodiaks are really flying high right now. They're feeling good about themselves. But you just got to play the game, take one play at a time, focus back in. And it's what the Kodiaks are doing as well. One play at a time, let's get a first down. Hold on to the football.
Here is Thiessen, empty backfield set. He is going to throw. That is going to be caught. And that is a first down. And guess who? Jerome Erickson. He's been all over the place in this first quarter, and he picks up another reception for the first down.
Yeah, just into the zone behind the linebackers in front of the defensive backs. Just hook it up and just find the open area and make the catch. You got the first down, you don't have to worry about running.
So it's another Kodiaks first down. They've had success both in the air and on the ground, although it's been mostly Thiessen airing it out here. We'll see if that continues. As he takes on 1st and 10, he's going to throw this ball right away, and it's going to be dropped and incomplete, as that was Jordan Brady-Williams looking to haul that one in, just in and out of the hands, and that brings up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, just tried to, felt the defender from the Rebels coming down on him and probably took a peek and just lost concentration on the football.
1:09 on the clock here in the first quarter. 4-0 Kodiaks lead. They caught a single point on a missed field goal that went through the backfield. And then another kick by Brady Harper to open this up to 4-0 as Thiessen going to look deep on this throw. And it is incomplete as Gio Lanuzzi with a huge hit on Carson Briere after the play. Both players down, and the flags stay in the pockets here. So we're going to need an injury timeout as both Gio and Carson down after that play, as that was a pretty big hit right in the middle of the field.
Well, I know Briere saw him coming for sure. And I'm pretty sure Carson's probably a little bit of wind, I would think. But maybe Gio's could be a cramp. But more, boy, you never know. Gio was the 2nd team All-Canadian last year in the CJFL. And, hopefully both players are okay.
Gio Lanuzzi, a huge part of this defensive team for the Rebels. Looks like Carson Briere's going to be okay. And looks like Gio's going to need some extra time, so we are going to step aside for a moment while he gets off the field, and we'll be right back. The Kodiaks lead 4-0 late in the first quarter.
Yeah, my name's Harold Skadberg. I am co-owner of Viking Properties, formerly Pacific Coast Land.
My name is Jan Egil Gulbrandsen. I'm a co-owner and partner with Harold in Viking Properties.
We're fortunate enough to have Ben taking over more and more for us. He's been working with me for probably 4 or 5 years now, and the company is in good hands.
My name is Ben Gulbrandsen. I'm the president of Pacific Viking Group Properties. So what we try to do is really provide the most square footage possible within people's price range in a very neutral palette so that people can come in and make their own mark on their own home.
And we are back here at Starlight Stadium, and Gio Lanuzzi looks like he is going to be okay. And the Kodiaks just threw a play that didn't quite get them to the chains. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and inches play. As you see on the play there, the tackle was made by the Rebels. So now it's a 3rd and short situation, and it looks like the Kodiaks are going to go for it.
Yeah, that play that Gio got hurt on, that was offside Rebels. That's what's allowed the Kodiaks an opportunity here to gamble on 3rd down.
Thiessen going for the quarterback sneak, and he has got it. So Sawyer Thiessen calling his own number on the quarterback sneak. That is going to push the chains and give the Kodiaks another 1st down.
Yeah, just a typical quarterback sneak, get what you can get. It wasn't very much, maybe a foot, if that. We've got the end of the quarter here, so just all I got to do is move 2 yards.
And there is the flag to signal the end of the 1st quarter. So the Kodiaks leading 4-0. We're just going to flip sides here. It's only going to take a matter of moments. Looks like we're going to get some water out. What's your takeaways, Paul, from this 1st quarter?
Well, just where the Rebels didn't really focus in. That's the only thing I can think of from their side is they struggle both sides offensively and defensively. And like I said before, it was a tough week with Raj passing away, and it affects players, and you don't know how it affects players. But talking to Coach Mark, he said it was a very, very difficult week for practice. They thought about calling practice off, but no, Roger doesn't want to do that, obviously. And for the Kodiaks, they just, a visiting team, they're down here, and let's go play. Let's let it all loose, and let's just go play and see where the chips fall when the end of the game is. And right now they're having some success. They're feeling good about how they're playing and about each other. So that's one of the things they got to continue to do to have a chance to be in this game at the end.
That 1st down play was a throw to Cale Cowley, complete. That was for Anmi Akinlola. He had an interception. I think he might have had 2 interceptions in the 1st week win.
Yes.
He definitely had 1 for sure. I believe he had 2. So number 14 in red, another returning player from last year's team, is going to be relied upon heavily here in the Rebels defensive line.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Thiessen having lots of success through the air, and he's going to throw it again, and that is going to be railed in by Carson Briere. And nice to see him back on the field after sustaining that injury. He gets the catch, and that is another Prince George 1st down.
And it's also, they're using the clock in their favor here. The clock keeps ticking, and they've got possession of the football. And it's not, they had that one long pass that was overthrown, but everything else is the intermediate, 10 to 12 yards, and get what you can get.
So the Kodiaks marching into Rebels territory here. Thiessen having lots of success. This one going to be on the ground to Halverson, and he is going to be wrapped up pretty quickly. That's Ty Ochitwa on the tackle on the Rebels defensive line, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, just good, again, good blocking by the Kodiaks. Pick up some positive yards and a manageable 2nd down. And they're getting pretty close to getting to Brady's Harper's field goal range here, but Rebels got to come up with a play. They had that fake punt, but beyond that, they've really had nothing to excite the fans and or themselves.
Here comes a blitz up the middle, and it's Cody McMahon on the tackle. We've been looking for number 7, and there he is. That is a big stop for the Rebels, and now it is 3rd and long for the Kodiaks.
That's his 2nd sack this year, and he was a team leader last year with 9, but that's what the Rebels needed. They needed something to get the defense fired up, and that pushes the Kodiaks back into a punting situation. It should give the Rebels pretty good field position here with a good return.
There you see it on the replay, just right through the offensive line. Number 7, he's going to be someone the Rebels really need to rely on to anchor that defensive line, and he gets a huge sack there. Here's a high snap over the head of Harper. He's got to get on this ball quick, and he is brought down, and you can feel the momentum shift here at the building as the Rebels have life after a failed snap from the Kodiaks offensive line.
Yeah, they just too much in a hurry to get the proper snap back, and right through his hands. And number 20 on the Rebels, sorry I didn't get that. Liam Russell was right on top of him, made the tackle. And it's a huge, huge turnover, puts the Rebels in scoring territory right away at the 34-yard line, and that's huge. Confidence comes back to score this drive.
So
also take the lead.
Ethan Picard gonna drop back. He's got extra protection. There's a man wide open. It's caught. Lyndon Williams breaks the tackle and into the end zone for a Rebels touchdown. And just like that, the Rebels are back.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he got so wide open, but he was wide open.
Lyndon Williams, the former Ottawa GG by way of the Mount Doug Rams, his first year here in the West Shore, and that is his first touchdown catch of his BCFC career.
Yeah, it's number 6 passing for Picard on the season. It's going to give the Rebels a 7-4 lead here with the convert.
Here comes the convert, nearly blocked, but it is through. Make it 7-4 West Shore as Charlie Wiersma kicks through the extra point. And now it's the Rebels who have the momentum and will look to get some extra points tacked on here in the second half.
Oh, that's one of the things that, you know, the sack and then the snap over the punter's head, and then you score on the first play once you got possession of the football. It's demoralizing the Kodiaks, but it gives the Rebels a little spark and say, okay, we know what type of team we are. Let's go. Let's get going.
Lyndon Williams had 2 catches for 67 yards in the Week 1 win, and that is a huge reception for the former Ottawa GG. Wearing Kieran Passant's old number 8, that's big shoes to fill if you take that jersey on.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding. Kieran's having a regular position with the BC Lions now. He's got a couple catches on the season, and it's got to be heart pounding every time he steps on the field. That's great.
So Wiersma going to kick this one away. It's a squib kick into the Kodiaks backfield. They have a bit of trouble picking up that ball. And now they're going to look down the left side, and they get a block through. And look out, he might go all the way, as that is going to be Myron Brown taking it to the house. And we have a football game as they take it the length of the field for the score. I did not see that coming.
No, I did not either. I thought for sure when he made the cut to his left that there was 2 Rebels there, but he slowly drifted back to his right, then back to the left down the sideline, gone. Good speed, good wheels.
Myron Brown take a bow as he actually had trouble just even getting the ball in his hands to start.
Yes.
I thought he would be brought down in the first 2 seconds he caught the ball.
Well, sometimes that kind of throws off the coverage team. They're thinking, okay, well, we got this guy, and you start to gear down, and he picks it up at full speed, and you've got to recover.
Here is the extra point kick. It is through and good. And just like that, the Kodiaks restore their 4-point lead. It's 11-7. There wasn't a lot of action in the first quarter, but in those 2 plays alone, we have a football game.
That's true, and you know, you just come off a high where you get the lead, you start to feel good about yourselves, and the Kodiaks were feeling a little bit down, and now they come and take the lead again. They're feeling good. The Rebels are feeling, geez, what's going on?
So it's now recovery time here for the Rebels. Got to settle back into the saddle here. And it looks like they're opting for the Kodiaks to kick this one away. So Brady Harper going to do the duty of getting this one kicked away.
The Rebels, you just one play at a time. Return this, get good field position, get your offense back out there, and get first downs. Try to stay away from the penalties and get first downs.
So Brady Harper going to line up this kick. Wouldn't this be something that the Rebels could return the favor here? As Brady Harper with a booming kick here. And that is going to be Carter Williams. He's going to look up the right side as well, see if he can get some blocks. And he's got a good return here nonetheless. And he actually fumbled the football. Luckily, it went out of bounds. And it looks like we have some words along the sidelines there, as that was Jordan Brady Williams in on the tackle. And lucky for the Rebels, that one rolled out of bounds, because that would have been disastrous if that stayed in play.
Oh, no kidding, yeah. But as he made the cut and he got to the sideline, he was slowly squeezed, so he had nowhere to go. But like you say, if he had fumbled and the ball stayed in bounds and Kodiaks take over, they would have good field position.
So here comes the Rebels offense. They're feeling good about themselves given their last drive. Going to look to repeat that success. They haven't started back in their own end for a while, so they're going to have to adjust to that. as Ethan Picard is going to hand the ball off to Carter Williams again, and he is going to soldier up the field there. He's going to have a couple Kodiaks draped all over him. Still gets a gain of about 7, and that's a real instillment of confidence for Carter Williams after fumbling on that return. Gets the ball on first down and gets some good yardage.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, excuse me, a nice run too. That's a tough 6-7 yards that he picked up. It makes, when you have the success like that, it makes the defense adjust a little bit. You move your linebackers a bit closer, which will open up the passing lanes.
Here's a play action, and that is going to be complete as Chris McClarty wide open after everyone thought that ball was going to be handed off, and that is a Rebels first down just past midfield.
Yeah, they lined up like they were in running formation, and McClarty just slipped out and wide open just in front of the safety.
Looks like we're going to have our first timeout of the football game as the Kodiaks want to take a breather here and talk it over. As Rebels have been marching up the field the last couple plays, it looks like they just want to settle things down here. And we have a football game here at Starlight Stadium. Thank you for joining us alongside BC Football Hall of Famer Paul Short. I'm Tyler Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to this Roll Focus broadcast. We are excited to bring you coverage of the BCFC all season long, starting here today. And by any judgment of what we've seen here in the first couple quarters, it's going to be a fun season.
I think it's going to be a fun game, the rest of this one for sure. But yeah, it's junior football. To me, it's one of the best sports in the world, and you get a vast array of different players coming from college or just minor football. You got guys that are in university, you got guys that are just carpenters, and you bring that together in this great community, and all the teams take great pride in being involved in the community. The CJFL has a couple awards, one for the team and for the top player who contributes back in. And that's what it's important. That's why this level of ball is important for every community they're in.
So it's a first and 10, as Picard is going to hand this one off to Carter Williams. He's going to storm through the middle, and that is a healthy run for Carter Williams, number 28, his first year in Westshore Red, and that is going to be a first down, but it looks like we have a Rebels offensive lineman down.
Yeah, Nelson Way is down. The big guy goes down. It's usually an ankle or a knee, because they get caught up in the slush on a block with defenders rolling around. But that was a nice run. Now again, the Rebels they've had success on the ground, but they just have beat themselves with penalties in that first quarter. So far, the second quarter's been clean for them, but it's just one of those things that once you again get your confidence built up and the ship starts to roll.
Head coach Mark Townsend going over to make sure his fallen teammate is all right. And that gives us a chance to breathe here, because it's been a frantic few minutes here at Starlight Stadium between the missed snap that led to the field goal pass from Picard to Lyndon Williams. And then the very next play on the kickoff, the Kodiaks take it the length of the field as Myron Brown turned on the Jets and went to the house. It looks like Nelson Way going to be okay, so that's great to see. Looks like he's going to need some R&R on the sidelines, but looks like nothing serious, which is always what you hope for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that kickoff return was the first in the BCFC this year, so I'd like to see that. Punt returns, kickoff returns, excitement.
And here in the West Shore, we were always accustomed to seeing Cairo Berry being in the backfield there for those kick returns. He had a couple electric runs both here at Starlight and on the road last year.
Yes, he did.
He will be missed dearly here in the West Shore.
And he had a really nice return in the Canadian Bowl last year to open up the second half. And yeah, very electric player.
Here is a throw to Zion Brown. It is complete, and he is going to be just short of making a house call, as that is going to be down just at the 2-yard line. As we are going to see that connection throughout the year as one of the veteran receivers on this team, Zion Brown. Don't leave that guy open. That's a big first down.
Yeah, just down the seam and just bend it a little bit, and he was wide open. He took the hit and unfortunately fell backwards instead of into the end zone.
First and goal. It's going to be Carter Williams going through the middle, and that's a Rebels touchdown as they answer right back and retake the lead as Carter Williams gets the score. And that's his second touchdown on the season.
Yeah, that was a nice drive that the Rebels put together after the kickoff return. And that's what you have to do. You got to answer what the other guys do, and that was a very, very nice drive, combining pass with the run.
Carter Williams, the former Mount Doug Ram, looks like he's going to be a staple in the backfield for the Rebels. 1 touchdown last week, and he answers it with 1 this week as well. Here's the extra point kick. It is up. It is good by Charlie Wiersma, and the Rebels back in front as they make it 14-11 here midway through the second quarter.
Well, I don't think they're going to be kicking it to 28 on the Kodiak, that's for sure.
Myron Brown, 88 in your programs. Definitely not going to want to kick to him for the rest of this football game.
This is an exciting game. Crowd's into it as well. The crowd gets very excited when the Rebels do something positive, obviously. They're a home team, but it's been a good football game this first quarter and a half. And both teams can be very proud of themselves this early in the season to how they're playing. And just the penalty side be cleaned up, and it's going to be good junior football the rest of the way.
Here comes Wiersma to kick this ball away. It's a good kick, and they are going to kick it to Myron Brown again. So here it's time for a heat check, and Myron Brown going to be brought down, and that is a huge stop for the Rebels special teams to bring him down this time. Nothing to speak of, and now it will be deep in enemy territory. That's Seth Beckwith on the tackle for the Rebels, and the Kodiaks will start on their own side of the field.
Yeah, Beckwith came in a hurry with anger on, and I guess he's probably thinking, not my watch, not today, pal.
And a good turnout here, as you mentioned, Paul, for the Rebels home opener for the 2024 season. It is Red in the Park night, and we hope you can come down here at Starlight. If you're not watching online on BCFC TV or Telus Optic, come down to Starlight Stadium. The weather's great. The concessions are open. It's a great family event here, as on first down, it's a run up the middle, and that is going to be Xander Shane on the run. That's going to be a good gain of about 5 or 6, and that is going to bring up second and short. But you can just see a sea of red over there. It's great to see the fans come back after, you know, a historic season last year, and we hope to see you out here at Starlight throughout the summer.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice to see the support. The kids appreciate it. I know Rob Lervold, team president, appreciates it because he's got bills to pay and things to look after. But yeah, it's just one of those things that it's good sport, good entertainment.
There's a great catch there by Cale Cowley deep in the Rebels secondary. That's a big gain, about 25 there. Able to hang on through the contact, and that's a big Kodiak's first down.
Yeah, again, it was run a little flag pattern towards the sideline, coming off, breaking it about 12 yards, getting the first down. But they're finding just the little holes in the seams, and Thiessen, his eyes are working today, so he's seeing it as well. And that's where they're having that success on those short passes.
So 1st and 10 at the midfield. And Thiessen going to drop back. He's throwing this ball deep, and it looks like it's going to be a free play as the flags are down, and the pass is well incomplete.
Got a hold against the Kodiaks.
So this ball will be going back a few yards, or they might just decline it and do a 2nd and 10. We'll see what the call is here from Todd Ruther and the rest of the Rebel staff. Looks like they are going to accept the penalty. And there you have the call, so that is going to back up the Kodiaks back onto their side of the field. So it's going to be a 1st and 20 here, and they're going to need to make up some big yards in the next couple plays here.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those. I think they're going to try to get what they got. They got 2 downs to pick up 20 yards, but they haven't been really blowing it away like that.
Ooh, it looks like the Kodiaks might have gotten away with an offside call there. Looks like the Kodiaks jumped the gun there, but it's going to be incomplete anyway, so it's going to be 2nd and 20.
Yeah, I thought Cody McMahon reacted to it, and what I saw was him moving, but obviously it was the receiver that jumped a little bit. They thought jumped a little bit, but no flag on the play. Yeah, both teams are a little bit excited about no penalty flag.
So 2nd and 20. Thiessen going to need to air this one out in order to keep this drive alive. He is going to look for his right side, and it is going to be caught as Jerome Erickson is a Dyson vacuum out there as he is just getting all of these passes. That's another reception, but that still leaves it at about 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I think the Kodiaks are offside, though. They look like one of the, might have been Erickson, as a matter of fact.
See it on the replay there. A great reception over the middle, but it might all be for naught. And we're just waiting to see what the Rebels coaching staff wants to do. And if I'm the Rebels, I probably want to accept and make it a 2nd and 30, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think they're going to decline it because it puts them in 3rd and long. A little bit too far for a field goal try.
And there you have it. Paul Short, football expert.
Yeah, you just want, just a lot of times you push them back and then they throw a 8-yard pass and the guy breaks a tackle or somebody misses a tackle, and next thing you know they got a 1st down. And so this is a chance to get the ball back. And the last time they tried a punt, it was snapped over Harper's head. So I'm sure the center's thinking, I got to make sure this is correct.
Let's see if it's a better snap this time. It is, and Brady Harper going to kick it to his left, and that is going to force the Rebels all the way down the sideline, and it's going to roll out of bounds. That was a great kick there from Harper, giving no chance of a return and also putting the Rebels deep in their own end. So the Rebels going to have to do some damage control here and make sure they can push it out of their side of the field.
Absolutely. That was a great punt because he put it down around the Rebels 7 where it rolled out of bounds, and not sure how far that was, but it had to be about a 44, 48-yard punt. So good kick by Harper on that one. And even better from the coaching standpoint, there was no return.
So the Rebels backed up near their own goal line. Can't give up a safety here. It looks like they're going to spread out the offense here as Picard looking to his left. He's going to roll out of the pocket, still looking for anything, and he is going to throw this ball away as he just looked at too many options and ran out of time. It's going to be 2nd and long.
That was very smart on Ethan's side. You know, a lot of times a young quarterback will try to force the ball in, but a very mature play there to just throw it away. You got another down coming up. But sometimes you try to force it in. That's when you get a pick or something. And it was very, very intelligent.
2nd and long. Picard drops back. Here comes the pressure. And he is going to scramble out to his left. He's going to throw this one to Zion Brown. It's complete through the middle. He takes a big hit, but still a gain of about 15 as Zion Brown, just in the weedy area of that defense, finds an opening, and that's a Rebels 1st down.
Yeah, he came all the way across the field. I think his route was downfield, and when he saw that Picard was moving to his left, he said, I'm going to take it across wide open in front of the linebackers, get the 1st down.
Here's a handoff play. That's going to be Carter Williams on 1st down, and he is not going to get very far at all. Gain of about 3 or 4. There was a shoe that came off there in the middle of the scrum. I don't know what happened there, but it looks like it is somebody's shoe.
Everybody thought it might have been the football. Fumble!
And Carter Williams, the man who had the ball, is in fact the one who lost his shoe, so he's going to tie that up. And it looks like the official going to do the same thing. Everyone just going to take a team shoe tie. And it looks like we'll get back to action. He's still got a gain of about 5, so he pushed through a little bit there in the pile. And that's going to make it a manageable 2nd and 5 here. We'll see what Picard does. And he is going to not throw this. It's going to be a screen pass to Kwame Franklin. It is complete. Flags fly. It might be holding against the Rebels here. And he is going to be thrown out of bounds. So we'll wait and see what happens here as Kwame Franklin trying to get there to the line for the 1st down. But could the penalties be coming against the Rebels once again here?
Yeah, I would think on something like coming from the deep judge, generally that would be a hold. Okay, maybe they were thinking lineman downfield, but the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, so the linemen get too far downfield, and that's a penalty. But because the pass was a lateral, they can go downfield because they weren't really blocking anybody at the time, so they just pick it up and say no flag.
So there you have it. It's 3rd and 5, which means the Rebels going to have to punt this ball away. Charlie Wiersma, number 85, first year here in Westshore, going to kick this ball away. His first punt was not the greatest, if we were being honest, but his last couple have been good. Let's see how this one turns out. Good snap, good hold. Here comes the pressure, nearly blocked, and Charlie had to get it up, although there's a roughing the kicker flag behind the play, and this is going to back up the Kodiaks big time.
Yeah, I think we got 2 flags. We got either contacting the kicker, and I think we got no yards against the Rebels, so they might offset.
You might be able to see it on the replay here, but Charlie Wiersma takes a big hit right there. Didn't look like it was Jordan Brady Williams who made contact. Didn't look like he was maliciously trying to hit him, but looks like he did jump into the kicker while he was finishing his kick. So
yeah, he definitely had a path to try to block it, and Charlie got the kick away too quick as he jumped, and his momentum took him into him, and so we got rough. Oh, they're calling it roughing the kicker and interference. Wait a minute.
So what happens now?
I'm not sure what that second penalty was.
It's always the fun game we get to play, Paul, up here, is trying to figure out what is happening without knowing what's happening. You try and read,
I think the officials are
hand
trying to figure
signals,
out
you
too.
try and read lips. But we do our best in here, and we'll try and get to the lowdown of it once the penalties are called here.
Yeah, if they're talking about it, they're a little bit confused on the application of the 2 penalties. Now here we'll get a description from the head official. It was definitely roughing the kicker. That's one thing he did signal, but the interference might be. So it's a rough play against the Kodiaks for roughing the kicker. That's generally a 15-yard penalty. And then there was a no yards, 15-yard penalty, so they wash and they re-kick.
So all that means nothing, and we do it all over again.
At the end of the day, it's just a stat on each team's thing that they committed a foul.
So we'll do it all over again here. 3rd and 5. Charlie Wiersma going to kick this one away once again.
Well, the last kick, you know, with that kid getting close where he did rough him, they know they can get into that area. So
a great kick there by Wiersma. Andrew Brown in on the return. Only gets a few yards between being forced out of bounds. A great kick there from Wiersma. Opposed to the last one, as Brown really had to back up for that, and that is going to spot the ball on the Kodiak side of the field.
Yeah, that was not a bad return, really. He had to back up for it. And the Rebels had great coverage, even despite the length of the kick. And they limited the return, but it was a good return. He was able to get his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and get upfield and pick up what he could.
Feels like it's been a while since we've seen the Kodiaks offense on the field, but Sawyer Thiessen and the rest of the Kodiaks offense looking to put some points on the board. They've still got lots of clock to work with. As Thiessen, a bit of an awkward snap. He's just going to hand this one off to Halverson, and he is going to be wrapped up early. So not a lot of yards to speak of there.
Yeah, just a couple. They've the last couple times they had the football, they were 2 and out, and there was one that last drive they were helped with a penalty, but still didn't come up with anything. And then they got a couple of holding penalties. So it's kind of stalemate in the middle of the field there for them.
So 2nd and 7. And Thiessen going to roll out of the pocket. Here comes the pressure right away. He's going to have to get rid of this quick, and it is going to be incomplete, as the Rebels defense just too much to handle there. And getting a hand on that pass is Braden Look, the 3rd-year Rebel in the defensive back position. And that is going to force the Kodiak, to kick this ball away.
Yeah, receiver was wide open, and Look just had a good look at it, if you will, and was able to get his hand on it, bat it away. Or that would have been a first down, or more for sure.
So the Rebels going to get this football back with just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Beautiful night here at Starlight Stadium. A little bit of overcast skies with the sun poking through.
Yeah, and again, this is a good opportunity for the Rebels to get good field position I think that might have been offside against the Kodiaks.
And this ball going to roll out of bounds as there's no return to be had. And we'll see what this flag does. There's actually 2 flags on the field. So we'll see if there's any canceling out. If we'll have to do this over again, we're not sure. But we'll let the officials talk about it.
Might have been offside and illegal procedure. Offside Rebels illegal procedure against the Kodiaks, which I would think would keep the ball where it went out of bounds there. So what do we got here, Mr. Head Official? Offside.
So 2 penalties against the Kodiaks, by what I saw. If we were playing Simon Says.
Both against the Rebels. Rebels were on this side.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that should get the Kodiaks a first down. Or did they happen on the exchange? Well, must have happened on the exchange, so the ball was in flight, so they'll take the penalties where the ball went out of bounds.
I'll just let you take this one away, Paul, because I have no idea, and
Well,
you seem to have somewhat of an idea.
I was a little confused at the signals because he went one way or the other, and where the teams were standing, I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, weren't the Rebels on this side? And it's like,
Well, we'll get the word from the head of the snake here.
So they have the option there to take the offside penalty, which would have moved to 5 yards, but they'd still be punting. And if they decline that, they take the holding penalty since the ball was in the air, and it goes back 10 from where it went out of bounds. So.
I'm very thankful you are on this broadcast team, Paul, because I would be lost without you.
Well, it's some of the calls today, and again, the officials, this is their, like their first, second game, and they're working on things as well. So they've got to get used and get into the flow of the season. But and they also had new official, not blaming him or making excuses, but he has to understand and get the feel for it himself.
So there's a great play as it's the zone jet play once again. We saw Chris McClarty run it in the first quarter with success that time. Lyndon Williams, number 8, is the receiver on that play, and it's a healthy pickup and moves the chains for a Rebels first down.
Yeah, just one of those plays that you get the all the linemen stepping in one direction and motion coming around. Linebackers have to freeze, so now they're caught out of position because they have a step less to pick up. And good success from the Rebels on that play every time they run it.
Here's Picard, and Kwame Franklin in and out of the hands. Incomplete as he had an island there in the middle of the field, but that's going to bring up 2nd and long on an unforced error.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he lost his footing or if that's how he wanted to catch it, knowing that there was no escape. And just a little concentration lapse, and had it in his hand, just didn't squeeze it.
So 2nd and 10, Ethan Picard scrambling out of the pocket on a lot of these plays. We'll see what goes on here. And it looks like Picard going to call an audible here. And everyone watching their play clock here, making sure they don't take too much time. And now it's going to be an empty backfield set, and it's going to be a screen pass here up the middle, and he is still going to keep going. What a play there by Carter Williams to keep the feet moving, and what looked like a doomed play turns into a Rebels first down.
Yeah, he found the hole. He followed his blocking. He had good blocking up front, and he just didn't give up. He got trapped at one point, but he just put his head down and kept going and squeezed out the last 2 yards to get a first down.
That's the old halfback slip screen play that you spam in Madden over and over again. Is now on 1st and 10. Picard going to scramble again, and I think he's just going to get rid of this one, as had nowhere to go with that ball, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he got pressure right away coming off the edge, and he was backing up, and there's no way he can really complete a decent pass backing up. So he's smart to throw it away, and he's made some really intelligent decisions this afternoon to throw the ball away.
So 2nd and 10, the Rebels still on their side of the football field, just over 3 minutes remaining. And Picard gonna roll out once again. He's gonna look deep for Zion Brown. Does he have the arm to get there? No, he does not, as he was on the run with pressure. And Picard just couldn't get the ball to Zion Brown, who was, as Paul said, wide open downfield, but just couldn't get the ball there. And the Rebels gonna kick this ball away.
Yeah, again, he got a little bit of pressure coming from the outside, so he had to slow down, and he was backing away, and he just didn't have the arm strength in that position to get it that far down to Brown. But Zion was wide open. If he saw him earlier, it would have been a touchdown for sure.
We talk about this new look Rebels offense, and when you look at last year's team with T. Jesse under center, he either took the ball and ran it right up the gut, or he stayed strong in the pocket. You didn't really see him run around much. Picard, he is very all over the place in terms of where his feet are set.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, T was a bit. How can I say? He was a man playing a boys' game. That's what he looked like, and very, very strong, big guy. But yeah, he had the confidence to say, "I'm going to stand in here and throw it," which set a new CJFL record for touchdown passes in the season. You know, so it's because Picard, what happened last week with 5 touchdown passes, didn't shock me when I saw the stats, but it was like, good on you, man. That's awesome to step in after a guy like T. Jesse and put those numbers up right away. And tonight he's shown that he's had good coaching at this level to throw the ball away, excuse me, and just how he working the offense on the passing game.
So the Rebels faithful getting behind their defense here, looking for a stop here late in the half. Play clock now started. And Sawyer Thiessen with an empty backfield set. He's going to throw this ball quickly. That is going to be caught and very close to the first down marker. Not sure if he got there in time. That's Cale Cowley. He's been important in this football game. He's also a staggering figure. He looks about 6'3", 6'4", big receiver, big target, and looks like it's going to be 2nd and short.
Yeah, Cale was their top receiver last year for the Kodiaks, but yeah, he's a big target for sure. Yeah, they just come up shy there. Just you get 2 downs at this one for definitely you get 2 downs because you're so close to it right now. So you can throw this one away, put it up there, and try to score.
Cowley was the intended receiver there, but it's incomplete. Flags flew at the line of scrimmage. Somebody looked like they were offside. Referees will come together, and we'll see if this is going back or if it's going to be a free first down here.
Yeah, offside Kodiaks, so they'll move them back. Coach Ruther says, yeah, take them back. So this puts them down in the 2nd down and just a little more than 6 or 5, sorry, and changes all your complete way of thinking.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
There you have it. 2nd and 5 is going to be the call. And we've seen Sawyer Thiessen air it out a lot today. Probably expect the same here. See if the Rebels secondary can catch up to this Kodiaks offense. As Thiessen looking to throw to the left, and that is going to be incomplete, as that was Jerome Erickson once again, the intended receiver, but the throw just a little too high. And that is going to bring out the punt team.
Yeah, Thiessen got a little bit of pressure coming pretty quick in his face, and he had to get rid of that. I think he could have dropped the pass down because Erickson was wide open, just into the zone. But that offside on the 2nd down and short was huge because you had the throwaway down, if you will, because you're going to go for it on 3rd down, and you'd probably pick it up. But now, that penalty really hurt. Now they're punting the football, and Rebels have plenty of time to take advantage of that. They can come down and score.
So Brady Harper going to kick this ball away. And a good snap. And a booming kick there by Harper. And Aravalo loses it in the sun, and he is going to have to back up way deep into his own zone here and just try and make something happen. And he is going to be down just past the 20-yard line. Not sure what happened. Looked like Aravalo lost it in the sun, however, and that's going to back up the Rebels deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and the way the ball was going towards the sideline, I'm not sure. The wind might have grabbed a little bit of it too, but he definitely misjudged it. So it puts the Rebels back, I wouldn't say a hole, but at their own 19-yard line, but long field to go, 2:14 left in the half, get plenty of time.
We don't usually talk about the offensive line, Paul, but there's one member that's new on the team for the Rebels this year. Number 79, Lorenzo Altobelli, from Scotland by way of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Beauty.
An interesting path at the BCFC. We'll talk about him in a moment. As Ethan Picard going to hand this ball off, and a redirect here from Carter Williams. He's got some space if he gets by the block. Unfortunately, his own blocker, Kwame Franklin, got in the way there, but it's still a good gain there, as I believe that's going to move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, you got a first down.
But just to finish the thought on Altobelli, 6'8". He hasn't played offensive guard yet until this season. And learning on the fly, and again, just a bizarre path to the BCFC as coming from Scotland, from Edinburgh, but from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Just an interesting story.
I think it's great. That's one of the initiatives the CJFL instituted a couple years ago, was the global player or international player, and just expose kids from different parts of the world to junior football. And last year there was a whole bunch sprinkled across the BCFC, a lot in Ontario. So it's one of those things that, again, spread the word about junior football, and we give them an opportunity to come up here or come over here and play and experience three-down ball.
That was Zion Brown on a good catch and run, and looks like there was some contact after the play, so there's going to be an extra penalty here.
Yeah, that should be unnecessary roughness, 15 yards attacked onto it.
So the Rebels going to march into Kodiaks territory here, and throughout this halftime break you might come across a segment called Know Your Rebels, where we talked to Lorenzo and got to know what his favorite snack food was.
Oh, okay.
And I learned what a pasoquina was. So you have to stay tuned to learn out what his favorite snack food is.
Oh, interesting.
There's also a really weird one from Jonah Anderson, one of the D linemen. Here's Picard on a throw, and Kwame Franklin going to be open down the right sideline, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. It looks pretty close. We'll see where the ball is spotted, but it looks like the chains are moving. That's going to be a Rebels first down.
Ball on the 30. Out of bounds play as well, so the clock won't start till the snap.
And there's the whistle to start it, and the Rebels going to work fast here. Here is that jet play, and here is Chris McClarty going to the outside on the left side. He gets around the edge and pushed out of bounds near the 10. A healthy run from Chris McClarty, as that zone jet play working wonders for this Rebels offense. It's another first down.
That's one play the Kodiaks cannot stop today, is that play. But I would have thought a player from Scotland via Brazil, favorite snack food would probably be biscuits and whiskey coming from Scotland. Man.
Here's a first down throw. It's Zion Brown complete, but he has nowhere to go with that football. And that is going to bring up a second and long, as it looked like a screenplay without the blocking, which...
Now, still picked up about 4 yards, but again, you know, they're knocking on the door, hurry up offense in the red zone, if you will.
Big play here if they want to keep this drive alive. 2nd and 6, and Picard going to hand off to Carter Williams. He's got some room to run, and he is going to be stopped. No, he won't. Touchdown Rebels. Carter Williams up the middle with a rumbling drive. And that is a huge score at this point in the football game to give the Rebels a 2-score advantage pending the extra point.
Player down, but yeah, I think that kind of messed up the Kodiaks. I think they were really looking at the Rebels are going to pass, and the run just mixed them up a little bit. And that little last effort right at the goal line, we put them across for the score.
Carter Williams only had 26 yards in the Week 1 win over Kamloops, and he has well surpassed that with 2 touchdown runs today, and he has been a huge part of this Rebels offense.
Yeah, he has been the spark plug. Him and McCarty have been the ones that have been moving the ball on the ground, particularly, and obviously Zion Brown through the air. So it's like it looks like the Rebels of old. They're completing passes, and they're able to keep teams on their toes with the run.
Good to see the Kodiaks player there is going to be okay. That's Lucas Burgoyne. So he's going to get some assistance off the field, but looks like he's just going to need a few plays off, which is good to see. And we will get on to our extra point kick by Charlie Wiersma to see if the Rebels can extend this lead to 10 points. right at the end of this first half. So Kodiak's also going to be working quickly here once they get the ball to see if they can tack on a few points themselves before we take a break for the halftime intermission.
Yeah, and they have time, minute 18. They have to, you have to get a good return. You might get in a position to kick a field goal, but when you're behind now, the way the Rebels have sort of taken over this game, it's a little demoralizing, so it's hard to get fired up to say, and also coaches might say, let's keep the clock running, and we'll go in and we'll talk about this in the change room at halftime.
So the extra point is through and good, giving the Rebels a 21-11 lead as we approach the halftime break. And looks like the Rebels are going to kick this ball away. And there you see Lyndon Williams and Ethan Picard talking about that drive. They've had a few good connections throughout the game.
Lanuzzi kicking off, so I guess a little injury he had to his leg on that collision with Briere didn't affect him too much if he's going to be kicking.
And we saw Lanuzzi kick away most of the extra points. There wasn't a lot of field goals to speak of throughout the regular season, considering T. Jesse threw 41 of them throughout the season. But when there was kicking needed, it was Gio Lanuzzi, number 2, and this is his first kick of this game. And looks like referee's going to blow this down. And do the Kodiaks have too many players on the field is my question. Nope, not enough. It's one or the other. So the extra Kodiaks players on the field now. And Lanuzzi, again ranked to number 7 in the country, is going to kick this ball away, and it is a booming kick as Lanuzzi kicks it deep into Kodiak's territory. And a great job by the special teams to get there in on the tackle. That's Seth Beckwith once again, giving Nate Oltmans nowhere to go. And the Rebels special teams, after looking a little suspect early on in the game after that return touchdown, they look back and find form.
It's like Beckwith said, no. That's the second time he's come down and made a tackle on the kickoff. And I think he's just said when he watched that kickoff go for the score, he probably said, no, not anymore. He's downfield pretty quick, and he's the first one there on those last 2.
So Sawyer Thiessen and the Kodiaks offense back on the field. They've had lots of success through the air, and they're going to need it again here on this drive if they want to put up some points before the end of the half.
Well, the Rebels, I think, still have their 2 timeouts. You can use this clock, especially on this, stop the clock now. So and then you get the ball back, you might have time.
That was Gavin Halverson on the handoff. Gain of about 5. And doesn't look like the Rebels used their timeout. They're just going to let this clock roll, which isn't a bad idea at this point. And now the clock is running, so we're into the final minute here of the half. Thiessen under center. He's probably going to have to throw to get this, but we'll see if he does. And there he is looking to the right. It's a throw. It is intercepted. That's for Randy Akinlola. He's making a house call, and the Rebels take a 3-score lead late in the first half. That is a huge interception and a big play by one of the Rebels' big defensive backs.
Oh, he just read that beautifully. He stepped in the front of it, and it was like he was the receiver in the position he was at. And just a missed throw by Thiessen, but Nolan made a great break on the ball to score.
The Rebels sideline is fired up, to say the least here. Extra point pending, but a huge pick 6 at the end of this half. And the extra point is up and through, make it 28-11. And just like that, the Rebels have themselves a 17-point lead, kicking the ball away in the last minute of the first half.
Well, I think as well, and a lot of people thought, this matchup, that would what be the score was, but the Kodiaks kind of, came out and didn't surprise. They came out and played some ball to have a really good first quarter, but here in the second quarter, it's kind of wheels have fallen off. And the only thing I think about when teams, come for the long drive, when you lose in Victoria, which teams have been doing for the last 3 years, is it's a long road home. Very, very long.
And for the Kodiaks especially, we talk about the long road trip for Kamloops. For Prince George,
Yeah.
that's like an extra 6 hours tacked on top of that. So
Yeah.
they made a long trek to get here, and you know what? All credit to Prince George. They looked out of the gate. They looked like they were firing on all cylinders.
They were really fired
There
up.
was no rust whatsoever. They were in control of this football game early, but it looks like late in this half they've just gotten out of sorts a bit, and the Rebels have taken full advantage as it's another booming kick by Gio Lanuzzi. It's a no return. So I believe, if I remember from last year, Paul, they spot the ball right at the 25 now if it goes out of bounds, or it's a 10-yard penalty from where it goes out?
40.
40. And there you have it. So the Westshore faithful here have been treated to a good first half. It was a bit of a slow start, but those who have come out to Starlight Stadium on this beautiful Saturday evening have been treated to some electrifying plays through here in the first half, and I'm sure there's more to come in the second. But got to take care of business here if you're the Rebels defense, as good field position here for the Kodiaks to start off with, and after the pick six, Sawyer Thiessen going to try and slow things down and get a few more completions through the air.
Yeah, and then the fans have had a lot to cheer about. You got an interception for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, some great passes, some really good runs. You know, just a good, exciting junior football game to keep some of the fans on the edge of their seats.
And here's a development for you. It is not Sawyer Thiessen on the field. It is Sam Sabine, the second string quarterback, number 2 on the field here. So getting the second stringer in for some reps. Maybe it's a bit of a punishment for throwing a pick six to just take the rest of the half off, let him settle down. I'm not sure what the call is here, but regardless, Sam Sabine under center here, the first time we've seen him in this football game. See if he can get some yards here. Takes the snap. It's a bit of an awkward snap. A handoff to Halverson, only a gain of about 3, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 5, and now it's decision time here for the Kodiaks. Do you bring out the punt team? Do you risk it? And it looks like a timeout being called here by the Rebels.
I think now you're going to have to punt the football. I think their mind was thinking, okay, we'll let it roll, let the clock run out, just kneel down and go to half. But with the Rebels calling the timeout, Rebels could get the ball back here with, 10, 11, 12 seconds to go, and a couple of deep passes. You never know. Yeah, I'm kind of sad. Didn't think Thiessen was all that bad. I thought he had a pretty decent first half. He threw the ball well. He might not be, maybe that last play, the interception, he got hurt. Possibly meant to tweak something, trying to chase down Olyanka on that one.
We'll see in the second half if that is the case or if he's back into the game, because again, he was all over the place in their week 1 win against Nanaimo. 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 206 yards through the air. He was everywhere.
Oh, he's definitely the player of the game. That's for.
It's not a question of skill, maybe just confidence.
Yeah, that could be part of it too. That could be part of it.
So Brady Harper is going to kick this ball away here as the wind does pick up. It's at his back, so this should help him get some extra yardage, and sure enough it does. Chris McClarty going to take this return. Good blocking there by Akinlola, and McClarty going to go up the left side. He's breaking a few tackles, and he is going to be brought down just on the Rebels side of the field with 5 seconds remaining. And Paul Short, if you're the head coach, are you taking a knee? Are you taking a shot? What are you doing here on
I
first
think
and
I'm
10?
taking a knee. You got the wind against you. You don't want to put something up that's going to, change trajectory. They intercept it, return the first score. I think I might just kneel down and say, okay, guys, we got what do they got? 28-11. Got a healthy lead here at halftime. Let's go in and have a rest, have an orange, a drink, and talk about it. But Mark's a gambler. You don't win championships at any level unless you gamble. So it's one of those things that you can look at, and maybe they're going to try that. Here, maybe a trick play here.
Does not look like the victory formation for the knee, and the Rebels are indeed going to throw for it. Here it comes, and it is intercepted. Uh-oh, you got to get back now if you're the Rebels as they go for it, and it looks like the Rebels are going to get there in time, but the Rebels going for it on the final play of the half, and it is an interception which won't look good on the stat book, and it looks like Lorenzo Altabelli, the big Rebel, might be injured here on that play, so we'll make sure he's okay.
Got a flag down here, but the part to be declined. Get into halftime.
So let's see. That was Coulter Cannon on the reception. One of the great names in the BCFC this year, Coulter Cannon.
Cannon, yes. He was their leading defensive player last year with 27 tackles, 4 interceptions. He was, I think he was just missed out on being a BCFC All-Star.
He had 1 interception on the Week 1 win in Nanaimo. Give him another one there. And we're still coercing here, so I'm not quite sure. Mark Townsend talking to a couple of the officials. No one has signaled like they're going to the locker room yet, so let's just hold on. Although it looks like this could be the call to end the half. And that is indeed where we are headed. So penalties declined on whatever the penalty was.
Unnecessary roughness. Block below the waist. Number 54, Prince George. That penalty will be applied at the start of the second half. That is the end of the first half.
So there you have it. It was a slow start for the Westshore Rebels. They were down 4-0 in the first quarter, but they storm back and take a 28-11 lead heading into the locker room after the first half. We will join you for second half coverage in a bit. Thanks again for tuning in to BCFC TV. Telus Optic for Paul Short. I'm Tyler Bennett. Stay tuned. Second half coverage. We'll be back.
Tip of our fingers, well, I never found all of the places we'll go where we are. Doors shut and open, well, life's never far behind. All these places are unknown to me. All these things that we'll see when we go.
I'm Cody McMahon. I'm from Mission, BC.
Hey, I'm Ethan Picard. I'm from Cochrane, Alberta. Hey, I'm Kwame Franklin. I'm from Coharbor, Nova Scotia. Hi guys, I'm John Anderson from Port Alberni, BC.
I'm Zion Brown from East Preston, Nova Scotia.
Hi, my name's Lorenzo Altabelli. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
Hi, this is Fermi Okolola. I'm from London, UK, and this is Know Your Rebels.
What's your favorite snack food? Snack food, I'm pretty boring. I'll just put some chicken thighs in the air fryer, and that's about it.
I think snack food, I just have to go with, I'm not a big snack guy, like lasagna, that's my snack food.
It's gotta be paçoquinhas. In Brazil, we have these peanut, they're kind of like Reese Cups, but not too sweet. They're less sweet than Reese Cups, so it's gotta be paçoquinhas.
I'm already a snack guy, but in Canada, you guys got these Doritos sweet chilies. I love those, the black pack.
Chocolate, I'm a big chocolate guy. I mean, put chocolate on anything, I might eat it.
What's your favorite chocolate of the bunch?
Probably Hershey's. I get made fun of this for a lot, but I really like chocolate covered jujubes.
What?
Yeah, it's a lineman thing, but you know, just good choice.
They recently got the those like cheese balls, those ones from Toy Story. They recently started selling those out in Walmart. Bought a couple boxes of those. Those are nice.
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We're all looking for it. A place to reignite your soul and to awaken your inner child. To leave feeling awestruck, not because of the destination, but because of the journey itself. Take a deep breath and smell the freshness of the air. Listen to nature's music. Look out onto the vast horizon. Indulge in locally foraged food. Feel the warmth of the sun and the coolness of the ocean. Let your senses come alive.
Got it. Pickup, pass there to Jesse King, who scores again at Westshore Motorsports Park.
Cross in the box for Parmar, and she's done it.
Let's take a long close look where no one else can see. In a dream I was made of gold, and I knew just what to say. Let me take you far away, away. As long as I'm with you, I can do anything. As long as I'm with you, I can do anything. When you're looking for a way to go, won't you reach for my hand? 'Cause I will be with you, just need to hold on.
Yeah, my name's Harold Skadberg. I am co-owner of Viking Properties, formerly Pacific Coast Land. We decided to change the name to more reflect our heritage.
My name is Jan Egil Gulbrandsen. I'm a co-owner and partner with Harold in Viking Properties.
John and I have been partners since 1986.
In the old days, we bought lots and built houses and sold them, and we mostly build condo buildings now instead of single-family homes.
John and I go back to Norway quite a bit, getting ideas from there how to do things better. We're using solar panel on the roofs and electric car chargers. And more people are driving electric, and we want to be prepared for the future and promote some healthy and environment-friendly options. And people seem to like that. We're fortunate enough to have Ben taking over more and more for us. He's been working with me for probably 4 or 5 years now, and the company is in good hands.
My name is Ben Gulbrandsen. I'm the president of Pacific Viking Group Properties. So I used to frame for Harold 20 years ago when I was just out of college. I became a lawyer down in California, and I was looking at my next step in my career, and I just took over as the president last year. And we have plans to expand what we've been doing by fourfold in the next couple years.
And now we're building very close to the downtown core of Langford, and we got mountains, we got snow, we got forest. Everything is in walking distance, basically. So you get a whole lot more for your money in Langford.
It's several years now been deemed or voted the best place in Canada to live. With all that, people are working from home and they're finding it kind of crowded in a lot of places, so we're trying to offer larger units for them.
And so what we try to do is really provide the most square footage possible within people's price range in a very neutral palette so that people can come in and make their own mark on their own home.
Where are we going? Show me around. Tip of our fingers, well, I never found all of the places we'll go where we are. Doors shut and open, well, life's never far behind. All these places are unknown to me. All these things that we'll see when we go.
I'm Cody McMahon. I'm from Mission, BC.
Hey, I'm Ethan Picard. I'm from Corkin, Alberta.
Hey, I'm Kwame Franklin. I'm from Cohava, Nova Scotia.
Hi guys, I'm John Anderson from Port Alberni, BC.
I'm Zion Brown from East Preston, Nova Scotia.
Hi, my name's Lorenzo Altabelli. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
Hi, this is Fermi Okololo. I'm from London, UK, and this is Know Your Rebels.
What's your favorite snack food? Snack food, I'm pretty boring. I'll just put some chicken thighs in the air fryer, and that's about it.
I think snack food, I just have to go with, I'm not a big snack guy, like lasagna, that's my snack food.
It's gotta be paçoquinhas. In Brazil, we have these peanut, they're kind of like Reese Cups, but not too sweet. They're less sweet than Reese Cups, so it's gotta be paçoquinhas.
I'm already a snack guy, but in Canada, you guys got these Doritos sweet chilies. I love those, the black pack.
Chocolate, I'm a big chocolate guy. I mean, put chocolate on anything, I might eat it.
What's your favorite chocolate of the bunch?
Probably Hershey's.
I get made fun of this for a lot, but I really like chocolate covered jujubes.
What?
Yeah, it's a lineman thing, but you know, just good choice.
They recently got the those like cheese balls, those ones from Toy Story. They recently started selling those out in Walmart. Bought a couple boxes of those. Those are nice.
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We're all looking for it. A place to reignite your soul and to awaken your inner child. To leave feeling awestruck, not because of the destination, but because of the journey itself. Take a deep breath and smell the freshness of the air. Listen to nature's music. Look out onto the vast horizon. Indulge in locally foraged food. Feel the warmth of the sun and the coolness of the ocean. Let your senses come alive.
Look out, Gary. Masad, got it.
There from full pickup, who passes there to Jesse King, who scores again!
At Westshore Motorsports Park.
Crossing the box for Parmar, and she's done it.
alongside Paul Short, BC Football Hall of Famer. I'm Tyler Bennett. And Paul, we off the top of the show mentioned Roger Wade. Again, this game kind of be playing under the shadow of his passing earlier this week. Can you just give us a sense of who the man was, how important was he to this community?
Well, he understood the sport is about, and I remember I was president of the BC League back in, I guess it was 2008, and he brought the proposal forward that they're going to move the Victoria Rebels to Langford. There was no stadium or anything, and I talked to him out because we were coming home on the boat afterwards, and I said, "You can really can make this happen?" And he said, "Watch me." So he got things in motion, he got people excited, and he was able to embrace everybody. He made everybody feel they were important, and he was genuine about it. It wasn't just lip service, and people respected that of him. You know, and in Langford this week, since he passed away, flags have been at half-mast. And you don't normally get that for somebody that is not currently in council. So that's the impact he had on this community, and the Rebels are much, much stronger for it. The BCFC is much, much stronger for it. Absolutely.
So here we go. It is a second and short situation, and Carter Williams going up the middle, and that is going to be a first down there.
And good start by the Rebels. They took the kickoff return, and they had good return on it. Picked up some first downs right away on the ground, which they've had success in that second quarter, and they've taken over this game a little bit. If again, there's a flag down, it's probably procedure, I would suspect, but it's one of those things that at the end of the day, Rebels settle down. There should be no problem with this game. It's the Kodiaks. See how they react the second half. Get some positive things happening, score some points, because they're going to play next weekend, and that'll be a game they want to win, as the Rebels do when they play again in 2 weeks.
The Rebels on a bye week after this week, as on the first down pass, it's a screen to Kwame Franklin. He sheds a tackle, and unfortunately there's not enough blockers on that side, as Chris McClarty was the only help. So not much of a net gain to speak of there. It's going to be second and long.
Yeah, just too many moves to his right, to his left, back to his right, and then he ran out of space when the Kodiak posse arrived to put him on the ground. But they have good field position. They're on the Kodiak 40-yard line. They're in scoring range here, against the wind, mind you.
Here is another jet sweep, and Lyndon Williams is going to get there. He's going to be close to the first down marker, although there's a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be against the Rebels, so this play is for naught.
Yeah, holding against the Rebels. Again, they're bugaboo all afternoon. That'll push them back, but they'll still be in a second down in about 21, 19, I guess 19. So manageable if they can keep the blocking for Ethan here.
So this is going to make it a third and very long situation, looking at a 20-yard jump here if they want to extend this drive. Picard probably going to have to go through the air here to get it. And he's going to drop back, and it's going to be another screen pass, and that is going to be incomplete, as Tristan Ramos Aravalo was the intended receiver. And the Rebels going to be forced off the field here after an underwhelming first drive of the second half.
Yeah, that pass there looked like he was not overly enthused to throw it, so it looked like he was trying to place it rather than throw it in, and just a little bit too high. But they have a good opportunity here on the punt to put the Kodiaks deep into their end.
Good snap. And pressure coming. Wiersma had to get that one out of the hands. And here's a loose ball, and the Rebels recover, as that is going to give Westshore some great field position there, as that is just an unfortunate error by Andrew Brown.
Yards, though. flag down, and generally from an outside it'd be no yards against the Rebels, so Kodiaks will hang on to the football.
That is a fortunate series of events there for the Kodiaks in what looked like a fumble recovery. So second life here after what looked like a doomed play.
Yeah, the ball got held up into the wind, and cover guys got a little bit too close. And that might have something to do with the fumble as well. They're a bit too close in his face and a little nervous to make the catch. He didn't want to get smoked.
So Sawyer Thiessen back on the field. We didn't see him on the final drive after throwing the pick six, but he is back out there now for the Kodiaks. Up until that pick six, had a lot of success in the air. Here's a fake pass on the handoff as it's Carson Briere, and he is going to be brought down just past the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up a second and short scenario here for the Kodiaks.
That's similar to the way they started the game. They were throwing the ball short like that, just pick it up, chip away, get first downs. But unfortunately for them, turnovers and bad field possession in the second quarter allowed the Rebels to put 28 points up.
That was defensive back Ben Matai in on the tackle. He also recovered that fumble that eventually came back. And here's a second and short play. I don't know if the Kodiaks got there, as that was Xander Shane on the handoff. And we're going to have to see. This is going to be close whether or not the Kodiaks got the first down. I think they're a touch short, though.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from up here for sure. I would think Coach Borum will say, let's go for it. Oh, you got a punt, I think. Oh, I'm putting the bigs in, so they're going to go for it here.
So could we see another quarterback sneak here from Sawyer Thiessen? And if you're the Rebels defense, you probably know the play's coming, but you don't want to overcommit because that's on a play action or something like that. You could leave somebody wide open. So
this could be a quick kick too.
So Thiessen, he is going to rush for it. Did he get there? I believe he did, judging by how far the pile went. But we'll wait and see where the ball's spotted. But this looks like a Kodiak's first down, and the third down gamble pays off.
Yeah, first down. So it's keep the ball, keep their little drive alive here. Let's see how they respond. You know, they got beat up in the second quarter. See how they come out in this drive. First time they touch the ball here in the second half. You get some points out of it again. You start to feel good, and you climb back into this game. If you can score an offensive touchdown, they did score the kick return touchdown.
Kodiak's going to spread out the offense here, and it's going to be a handoff on first down right up the middle of Xander Shane and Teven Spina right there on the tackle as there is nowhere to go. It is going to be second and long.
Yeah, they jumped on that real quick and just limited that to 1 yard gains. Yeah, the Rebels have different focus, definitely. Ever since they were down early in this game, they slowly regained their focus and say, okay, we're playing the Kodiaks. We should be able to beat them.
So here's a 2nd and 7. Thiessen going to look to throw, pressure coming, and it is going to be incomplete. Yeah, Ted Wyndham Jr. in on the tackle, however, flags fly, and this looks like it's going to be an automatic first down.
Yeah, I think he just started a little bit too early on trying to make the tackle as the ball was zipped through. So interference against the Rebels, which should get them an automatic first down.
We'll wait for the official's call, but should be coming momentarily. Looks like there might be some confusion here as the officials come together. And no, you called this. No, you called that. Okay, here comes the call.
I think they're trying to maybe find the spot where the foul occurred. I think it was a little bit farther up, but yeah, close enough. But that should give Kodiak's first down.
Number 62 on the defense. That is a spot ball foul.
And And there you have it. So another first down here for the Kodiaks. Ball spotted right at midfield.
Yeah, they called it on 62, and he's a lineman. And the play happened downfield, so I'm not sure what confusion there.
Empty backfield set, and wide open was Jerome Erickson, but just a inaccurate pass is going to lead to a second down and 10.
Yeah, just he was open, but again, I think Thiessen was a little bit happy with the feet and felt the pressure from Cody McMahon coming off the edge and got rid of it a little quicker than he wanted. Ball sailed on him.
Second down and 10. Kodiaks looking to push into Rebels territory here. Thiessen, he's going to throw it. And it is going to be caught and brought down by Ted Wyndham Jr., but not before Cale Cowley gets the first down. And the big receiver, number 11 for the Kodiaks, has been important on those short to mid-range throws, and that's going to move the chains.
That was impressive from both ends. Thiessen just put that ball on a line, a lot of zip behind it. Cowley jumped up, made sure he made the catch. He knew he was going to get tackled and got the first down. Very, very well-designed play.
Was a Kodiak injured on the play just coming off the field. That'd be Connor Johnson. Looks like he's got something with his hand, so he's going to go get that checked out, which means they'll need to sub in a new lineman. But the Kodiaks with new life here. First and 10 in Rebels territory at their 40-yard line, and with Brady Harper, the reigning BCFC Special Teams Player of the Week, they need to get another 15 yards probably, and they can at least count on 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a little bit closer to with the wind swirling around. It's not a gimme.
Thiessen having success through the air, and he's going to hand this ball off. And Xander Shane has nowhere to go as the Rebels defense gets in on the stop, and that's Ted Wyndham Jr., the second-year lineman, making the stop.
Yeah, it's one of the things that the Rebels have done. They stepped up and shut down the run that they had. They weren't running all that well, like you would think, but they were having success getting that, intermediate yardage to put him in a comfortable second down. But the Rebels have now shut all that off.
So 2nd and 7, Thiessen gonna throw. It's a fake, and he's gonna run up the middle, and he has got the first down as Sawyer Thiessen, smart play, looked ahead of him, saw some daylight, and took it, and it's another Kodiaks first.
Yeah, and an intelligent play by the quarterback to where got the first down and get on the ground. You don't have to take a unnecessary hit just to pick up 2 or 3 more yards. I think they're in Harper's field goal range now, but they've got a touchdown on their mind.
They need some majors to get back into this football game, and Thiessen, it's another run for him, but this time not the same success, as that's Manny Fatu in on the tackle, the defensive lineman for the Rebels, and that's going to set up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, well, I think it's fooled me once, but not twice.
And again, Thiessen had 2 rushing touchdowns himself in their Week 1 win against Nanaimo, so he's not a stranger to calling his own number and running the ball, but again, first run successful, the second not so much. We'll see what they do on a 2nd and long here. Gets his receivers in motion, takes the snap, he's looking downfield, here comes the pressure, and Cody McMahon gets in on the sack as number 7 gets his 2nd on the day. And now it's decision time for the Kodiaks. It looks like Brady Harper is out to try and kick a field goal.
Yeah, they just, Cody, he came outside on the play, and then when Thiessen stepped forward, he cut back underneath the tackle and was right there to make the tackle, and wrapped him up just around the knees and got a 2nd sack of the day, 3rd sack of the season.
So from where the ball is spotted, this looks like about a 36-yard field goal attempt. Again, his longest last week was at 37. So pretty much an identical kick here for Brady Harper. 1 for 2 on the day. Can he make it 2 for 3? It's a good snap. Here's the kick. It is off the post. No good. As it is a doink, and Brady Harper has to be kicking himself, as just didn't quite miss it. I mean, when you're talking a matter of inches there between making it and missing it.
Yeah, and there was a good kick. It had, lots of height, just a little bit too far to the left, and like you say, doink, and Rebels take possession at their own 20, 30-yard line.
The wind was swaying a little bit more to the right. That's a good field goal
true,
there.
Yeah, but it is coming from the southwest, so it is coming across the field, and it would make the ball veer to the left a bit more. It was a good try, though. It was a good little drive by the Kodiaks there to get in position to try a field goal.
Here's Carter Williams down the left sideline. He's got some daylight. Is he going to get by the defense? Here he goes. Carter Williams is going to make a house call, and the Rebels take a 4-score lead. And on one play, this game has been blown wide open.
That was a great run. Once he got the edge, there's nobody going to catch him. He's got tremendous wheels, and even the safety was out of position for the angle, and you're not going to catch him when he runs like that. Good play again. Another just a wide play, and that's where they've had success, whether it was misdirection or on this one a little pitch.
Carter Williams turns on the Jets, and the Rebels have staked themselves a 35-11 lead on one offensive play in that possession.
Yeah, again, they've just finally got themselves back into this game just by working hard. And now they got a comfortable lead, and the Kodiaks are struggling a little bit with passes as well as the run game.
Carter Williams might have just solidified himself as the Week 2 BCFC Offensive Player of the Week with that run. His third touchdown on the day.
Yeah, 80-yard run, you can't complain about that. That's a beauty run.
There is no stopping number 28 on this occasion.
Well, that definitely will put him over 100 yards in the game, rushing.
And now Charlie Wiersma going to kick this ball away. And it is a good kick, and they're going to kick to Myron Brown, who had that house call in the first half. He's going to try and go up the same path, but this time is not going to get there in time. And the Rebels special teams unit able to get in on the tackle. And the Kodiaks are going to start in their own side of the field, but a pretty good spot, just shy of the 40-yard line. That tackle was Evan Hart on the special teams unit for the Rebels.
Yeah, excuse me, ever since the kick return, they've stepped up their coverage on both punts as well as kickoffs. So special teams coach gave him a chat and got the focus back in.
This Rebels defense caused 4 interceptions in week 1 in Kamloops. They've got 1, which was the pick 6 by Akinlola late in the second half. Going to look for another as Thiessen forced out of the pocket. He's going to try and scramble wide, throwing a cross body, and that is incomplete, as it looked like a Rebels defender might have had a play on that. That is a difficult throw, as that was Isaiah Boutin in the secondary. Breaks up the play, second down and long.
Yeah, that was a difficult throw for Thiessen, running to his left and trying to throw the ball, get the shoulders around, get the hips around to make it square. Again, just sailed on him a little bit. And from Thiessen's side, he was lucky he was out of bounds. And from the Rebels side, they wished it was a little inbounds a little bit more. Could have been intercepted.
Second and long, empty backfield here. Thiessen's got the pressure coming, and he is brought down on the sack, as that is Will Bromelo, a first-year Rebel on the sack. And it is third and long, and the Kodiaks just can't find their gear on offense right now.
Yeah, it looks like Thiessen is down here too. Yeah, again, that was flushing them out early and being relentless, not giving up, and they're able to get on top of them, prevent any offensive damage other than Thiessen here still on the ground. They were holding him up. It could be a cramp. Yeah, the way he's holding his knee, it's probably just a cramp. Despite the wind, it's been a nice warm day anyway.
So we're hoping that Sawyer Thiessen is all right. Looks like he's getting worked on at the moment. And while he is getting looked at, we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. And we are back here at Starlight Stadium. Sawyer Thiessen getting some help up off the field. We just saw a City of Langford promo. Have you been to the station, Paul? It's a fun spot. It's a night market. You can go get a hot dog. You can get a slushie. You can go shopping. They have some markets. It's a great spot if you're ever in Langford on a Friday, Saturday evening. They set up the night market, and it's a fun place to go if you want to just hang out. And they have a live band playing most nights. It's a good time.
Beauty. I'm going to definitely check that out.
And the Rebels, I believe, during their week one, while some of their players weren't traveling, actually, they had a tent set up there, so they got to meet some of the players, and it was a good time all around. So Sawyer Thiessen coming off the field. We'll have to check on him. He looks like he's still gingerly coming off the field here. But Brady Harper going to kick this ball away for Prince George and give the Rebels another opportunity to extend on what is a huge lead, and we are now to the point where you wonder, is it time for the second stringers to come in and maybe get some reps?
Yeah, I think so. I think a good chance as well to make that happen, and because you never know, you get some rest, a week off, give everybody a chance, even though it's only your second game, gives you a chance to take a break and rest those little nicks and bruises you get even during practice. So maybe Coach Townsend will make that change. I think this penalty flag might be against the Rebels for a legal block.
And PJ Hudson went off of that in a bit of ailment.
Holding against the Rebels on that kick return. That backs them up to their own 38-yard line. The 1st and 10. Looks like the same offense is ready to come out. We see any new substitutions? It probably might be fourth quarter. Let these guys finish out the third, and I'm pretty sure we'll see a new Kodiak quarterback on the next possession they have, with Thiessen kind of limping.
So the Rebels going to take over here in their own territory. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Ethan Picard's still in the game. He's going to make this throw to Kwame Franklin. He's got 3 Kodiaks waiting for him. It's a gain of about 4 and give it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, just one of those quick little ones. They've done that a few times today. And what that does is it makes the defenders aware of that pass has success. Then he can sneak like a Zion Brown deep, with that look of hooking up for like a wide out screen.
So Picard, empty backfield. He's going to roll out immediately and throw this one up, and it's caught by Lyndon Williams. He sheds 2 tackles. Why not 3? It's his own player that takes him out, as Tristan Ramos Arevalo is the player that eventually tackles his own receiver, but still a huge gain, and it's a Rebels first down.
Taken down by friendly fire. That was a nice play. He had to turn his body to make that catch, but he wherewithal to get his feet back on the ground and get upfield.
There you see Tristan Ramos-Serafalo taking out his own teammate there, and here's a zone jet play, and this time the Kodiaks get to McClarty early, as that is Caden Crow in on the tackle. That's the first time we've seen the Kodiaks have an answer for that jet sweep play. It's 2nd and long.
Yeah, it's the first time tonight that they've been able to stop it, and at least for a loss.
So 2nd and long, Picard. He's looking for a screen pass here. It's caught by Zion Brown. He's got to get through a bunch of players. He nearly does, and that is only going to be a short gain. So it's time to probably try and see if he can kick this one through the uprights or maybe pin it close to the goal line. We'll see what the Rebels want to do here.
We'll see what Coach Mark wants to do, yeah, but I agree. I think there might be an opportunity here to give it a field goal try.
And it looks like Picard is going to stay out on the field here. Are they just going to go for this one at 3rd and 5?
Taking a timeout, so they'll talk about it.
Timeout called here by Mark Townsend. Again, his first home game as Rebels head coach. Dexter Janke moving on after the historic season. His first year as head coach of the Rebels went 10-0, perfect season, Cullen Cup championship, and came up 1 touchdown short in the Canadian Bowl, and moved on to York University. And he took a couple Rebels players with him. Malik Gagne-Smith also committed to York University, so we'll keep tabs on them once their season gets going.
Absolutely, absolutely. And good opportunities for these guys, because along with playing ball, they're going to get some schooling, they get an education, and you know, something parents always want. So I'm excited for them. I'm really curious to see how Dexter does at the college level, coming from junior, and all the players that get an opportunity to take to the next level or go sideways or wherever you're going, you're playing ball.
Here is a deep throw. It is going to be caught by Zion Brown, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown as the Rebels' lead receiver is on the board with a major score, and the Rebels continue to pile on late in the 3rd quarter.
He went up for that. He got it in between 2 defenders. He used his hands. He didn't try to catch it in the body. Catch it in the hands, secure it, get your feet back on the ground and go north-south, and that going north-south helped him get in the end zone.
Zion Brown had a touchdown pass in week 1. He's now got one in week 2. Extra point is up and through, and the Rebels lead 42-11.
Now that's another Rebels record that they're compiling up here. If I remember this correctly, they've got, I've got it written down here. Somewhere. It's the 10th. It's a BC record for their 10th win over 40 points in a row. That's amazing. They scored 583 points last year, averaging 58.3 yards a game, or points a game. New CJFL and BCFC record.
And Charlie Wiersma kicks this one away. Looks like they're not afraid to go to Myron Brown. He's still going up the sidelines, and it's another good return for Myron Brown. He's stopped it near the 45-yard line. So number 88 for the Kodiaks has been doing his part on the special teams and sets up the Kodiaks in another good field position.
Yeah, it's kind of slippery because he's not running. He's running hard, but he's moving left and right and dipping back and forth, and it slows your cover team down because they're not sure if you're going to be there when I come in to make a tackle on you. So he's been able to pick up extra yards due to that. He's had a good day today. Had combined all the yards. He's definitely over probably 150 in return yards.
Thiessen with an empty backfield set. Here comes the pressure right away. Thiessen does a good job to get away. He's got more pressure coming. It's a deep throw. He's got a man open. It's caught down the sidelines. As what a play by the Kodiaks as Braden Van Someren makes the catch. And what a play there by Sawyer Thiessen, evading the pressure and finding the man downfield for a huge first down.
He was on his horse. He felt the pressure the entire way coming down his back, and when he made the reverse the field, running to his left, again a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, but he was able to complete it. And it puts them in scoring position, makes you feel good to score a touchdown here. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Both quarterbacks today showing great accuracy on the run. Here's a first down throw. It is going to be caught. And that is Jerome Erickson, nearing the double digits for receptions at this point in the football game. He's been busy in this one.
Yeah, just again, was what they opened the game with. Just a little short little pass. But they're not going to do much for you now. You got to score a lot of points, but that's where they've had success. So you might as well continue. Use them. You can use that in place of a run. You know, put you in a good, manageable second down.
2nd and 4, not quite at the goal line. And Thiessen going to throw right away. Caught by Erickson, and he is stopped just short of the goal line as Gio Lanuzzi had to put all of his weight behind him to make the tackle, but I think he stopped him just short of the goal line. But that's going to set up a 1st and goal from near the 1 yard line.
Yeah, looks like they're right on the 1. Yeah, Gio just came in, made sure he's not going to get all his momentum going across that goal line. And got an injured player down here.
And Jerome Erickson, the receiver on that, is down on the sideline here, so that's going to give both teams a chance to breathe here before this 1st and goal. Got 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter here. And what's been, again, after a bit of a slow start to this football game, things have been rampant ever since. And again, the Kodiaks had control of this game early, but the Rebels found their gear in the second quarter and so far haven't looked back.
Yeah, they just put foot on the gas and haven't let up, really.
Looks like Jerome Erickson's going to be okay. And now the Kodiaks talk it over on 1st and goal from the 1. Could we see Sawyer Thiessen call his own number here? They're going to spread out the offense. And here comes the snap, and Thiessen going to make a short throw. It is complete, and it is a touchdown as Carson Briere into the end zone. And that is a major score for the Kodiaks, their first of the football game past the kick return. And that's going to make it 42-17 nearing the end of the quarter.
Yeah, just flooded the right-hand side, and somebody's going to be open when you're that close to the goal line. And the Rebels were probably thinking run to begin with. So your linebacker's a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, and Briere was able just to sneak out, catch it on about the 1, and walk across into the goal line for the touchdown.
Brady Harper will set up to kick this extra point and at least keep Prince George in the conversation here as we wrap up the third. And kick is up and through, so tack on the extra point. It makes it 42-18.
Got a flag down.
We'll make sure we don't have to do this all over again. But it looks like we've gotten confirmation that the kicking team is no longer needed.
Yeah, if there's anything against the Rebels, it'll probably be attacked on, or go either team on the kickoff. So, see what this is. This might be hitting the center. You're not allowed to really hit the center. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. The Rebels came over top of the center, and you can't hit the center on a punt or any field goal try or anything like that because his head's down to make the snap. It's a safety issue. So it's a 15-yard penalty, and that'll move it up to about center field for the Kodiaks to kick off. Oh, on the other side of Rebels 50.
So Brady Harper with an opportunity to really pin the Rebels into their own end early here. Carter Williams deep in the back to return this, along with Roman Poggi. We haven't seen him have the ball yet, number 18. He's also a first-year Rebel out of Courtenay, BC, played for the Comox Valley Raiders. Only had one rush to speak of in week 1, and here is a squib kick looking for the onside, and Gio Lanuzzi rises up to get that, and he had to get up high because Cale Cowley, the big number 11 for Prince George, was right there looking for the ball. So good job by Gio Lanuzzi. Gets the ball and also puts the Rebels not in terrible field position here.
No, that's not bad. You would suspect that the Kodiaks would try something like that, but Gio went up and again he had his back to the ball, and as he caught it, he was able to catch it in the hands and then bring it down to the belly and secure it and maintain possession for the Rebels.
So the Rebels taking over at their own 33-yard line. Good turnout here at Starlight Stadium. Thanks for all those that came across the ticket booth or watching online on BCFC TV or Telus Optic. Here is Ryan Vincent. He was a big-time player in the Week 1 win over Kamloops. He gets the handoff and only gets a few yards.
Yeah, the Rebels can now just, run the football, punt it, run the football, punt it, throw the odd pass, but put the clock in your favor, get the win, move your record to 2-0, and go to your bye week fresh, knowing that you're going to take it on the Okanagan Sun.
There's a throw nearly intercepted right at the end of the quarter, as that was number 33, Dacian Fournier, trying to get that ball, just slipped out of his hands. That would have been a big play to end the quarter, but at the end it ends up as an incompletion, and it's going to be 3rd down here for the Rebels.
Yeah, I think the end of the third. Picard, I think, had an opportunity, but he didn't have his feet set because that was his last decision, and just released the ball before his feet were set.
So we're just going to quickly spot the ball here on the other side of the field, but the kicking team coming right out. So we will stick with you through the coverage here to start our 4th quarter. And just to finish the thought on Ryan Vincent, the running back. He was added to the roster last year on the Cullen Cup winning team, but didn't really see the field. And in Week 1 had 8 rushes for 65 yards and a touchdown, and also added the touchdown in the air as well. So he hasn't been as prominent today. Carter Williams has gotten the main share, but it looks like it's going to be, trial by committee, if you will, in the backfield for the Rebels.
Good way to say it, and being young too. You work into the system, you start to understand it. Mark is going to work with these guys to put them into his system, and you're going to see these young running backs just explode across the BCFC with the Rebel kids for sure. They've got a lot of speed, a lot of talent.
So Charlie Wiersma going to kick this ball away. Good snap, good hold. Here comes the pressure, and it's a booming kick up the middle. And that one is going to be returned, but there is a lot of Rebels jerseys in the way.
Nice tackle.
And that is going to be a good tackle as Andrew Brown was the receiver. Evan Hart making the tackle.
Yeah, Evan Hart just, as Brown tried to make the cut, Evan came across and put him on the ground with a good solid tackle, arms around the waist.
Sorry, I thought that was number 22 that made the tackle. It was actually number 29. That's Beau New Vermont. So good tackle there by Beau. And the Kodiaks will take over here. Sawyer Thiessen still in the game. And you know what? If you get a score here and you do it quickly, this game isn't over.
Oh, absolutely. You never know. There's still a whole quarter to play, and you just never know what's going to happen. But you just got to do your thing. Do your own job. Don't worry about anybody else's. And from the Kodiak side, put together not a time-consuming drive. You don't want to use up too much time because you got to score touchdowns. But they scored 2 touchdowns to get back in this game pretty quick, and then you get into the last 3 minutes, and if you're only down 6 points, it's anybody's game. But it's still a long field for them. Rebels have slowly dominated this game, and I don't think we're going to see them loosen their grip too much.
Saw a shot of the stands there. The crowd filled up well for Red in the Park, the home opener here, and a lot of people here because of Roger Wade. And again, after the bye week, there'll be a celebration of life here at Starlight Stadium. We hope you can join us there, as it's going to be an emotion-filled but an important evening to be down here at the field on August 10th when the Okanagan Sun come to town. And on top of that, you're going to get a good football game because the Okanagan Sun coming here after losing the Cullen Cup, they're going to have a chip on their shoulder, so it's going to be a great football game as well.
Yeah, and it'll probably be the battle for first place, I would think, in the BCFC this early in the season. But yeah, there'll be hopefully a good crowd. There's a big tribute to Roger and just a lot of his ex-teammates and just people in the community that were impacted by his positivity.
Flags fly here. If this is a pass interference, I might need to look at a replay. I didn't even think he touched his receiver.
Yeah, they might be calling it because he impeded him from sort of completing his pass pattern. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is because it'll be a...
The pass interference, number 39 on the defense, has a 15-yard penalty. First down, Prince George.
Well, the Rebels faithful aren't happy about it, that's for sure. And that's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. As it looked like both the DB and the receiver kind of gave up on the play. I'm surprised that they were given that, but regardless, it's a Kodiaks first down. They're now on the Rebels side of the field.
Well, I think the pass was a bit short, so both players are not really working back towards it, but I think the official probably thought that the Rebels defender prevented the Kodiak from completing his route and having an opportunity to complete the pass.
So that first down pass by Thiessen was too high and incomplete. So that brings up a 2nd and long. And we'll see what Thiessen has in his bag of tricks here on 2nd and 10. Again, been very successful through the air, but just a few untimely mishaps really from his side of the game have really cost the Kodiaks here.
Yes.
As Thiessen gonna throw this one to the right side. It is caught. It is his number 1 receiver, none other than Cale Cowley making the reception. He's been busy. And that one I don't think is enough for a first down, as that's going to be 3rd and 3.
You'll see them go for it here for sure.
And it looks like indeed that is the plan. So we'll see what Sawyer, Thiessen, and the rest of the Kodiaks offense can do to avoid the turnover on downs and realistically keep this football game alive here with 13 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
The last time they went forward on 3rd down, they didn't get it. So, and then they had one other time they had that penalty, which kind of messed things up.
Thiessen with a short throw. That is complete. Carson Briere, he gets the first down and then some, as number 9 again had the big week 1 with 3 touchdown receptions. He's got one in this game, and he also moves the chains there on the short pass ball.
Yeah, again, one of that success all day on those plays, but it's just not enough for them to utilize them to get back in this game as far as time-wise, and you're down by 25 points, I guess, 24 points. I get that poll right in my way to see the 40.
Yeah, 24, you're on the money there, Paul. So here's a first down throw, empty backfield set again. Here comes the pressure. Thiessen gonna look to the end zone, and it is gonna be incomplete, just out of the hands of Jerome Erickson. And that was very close to being 6 more points on the board, as Aiden Battelle was in the secondary to try and break that play up. And matter of inches, but it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Thiessen was under a lot of heat there too. He was on his horse, getting outside as quickly as he could. But not a bad pass, just a little bit too deep. This guy was open, but overthrow.
So 2nd and 10. Spread offense here. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And Thiessen gonna throw. That is gonna be caught by Cowley, but not before he gets taken down in a hurry. And that is Isaiah Boutin making the tackle. That is gonna bring up 3rd and 5, and it's probably time again to see if they can make some magic happen here on 3rd down.
Again, they're gonna go keep the offense on the field. But a little bit tougher task this time with your 3rd and 5.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. They need 5 and a bit to get a first down. Thiessen gonna throw, pressure coming. It is caught by Cowley. Is he there though? That is gonna be a close call, but he does have the first down. And there is a Kodiak lineman on the field. So we are gonna get a quick timeout here, but good conversion rates here on 3rd down from Thiessen.
Yeah, just again, quick little pass, not too deep, just get the first down. keep the clock in, or not the clock, sorry, the chains in your favor. Go down and score. You know, not too many teams walked into Westshore Stadium or Starlight Stadium, sorry, last year and put up, 18 or more points on the Rebels. So you feel good about that, even if you come out on the losing end. That we had offense was starting to click, and end of the day, you look at the stats and say, okay, we did okay. We did okay. There's been a lot of injuries to the Kodiaks today too. A lot of guys have been down.
And that is Connor Sherlock on the field. He is their starting center, who's one of your most important pieces if you're on the offensive line in terms of getting the ball snapped to the quarterback clean. So hopefully he is all right. And while Sherlock's getting looked at, we're going to step aside for a few moments. We'll be right back after these few messages.
Yeah, my name's Harold Skadberg. I am co-owner of Viking Properties, formerly Pacific Coast Land.
My name is Jan Egil Gulbrandsen. I'm a co-owner and partner with Harold in Viking Properties.
We're fortunate enough to have Ben taking over more and more for us. He's been working with me for probably 4 or 5 years now, and the company is in good hands.
My name is Ben Gulbrandsen. I'm the president of Pacific Viking Group Properties. So what we try to do is really provide the most square footage possible within people's price range in a very neutral palette so that people can come in and make their own mark on their own home.
Tip of our fingers, well, I never found all of the places we'll go where we are. Doors shut and open, well, life's never far behind. All these places are unknown to me. All these things that we'll see when we go.
And we are back here at Starlight Stadium. Good to see Connor Sherlock back on his feet. Looks like he is going to be all right. So we resume play here. 1st and 10 in Rebels territory. Pretty deep. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. And the Kodiaks looking to put a major on the board to keep this game within reach here in the 4th quarter. Sawyer Thiessen, empty backfield. He's going to look to throw down the right side to the sideline. It is incomplete, but it looks like a pass interference penalty coming. And the Rebels not too happy about that call, but that is going to push the Kodiaks pretty much to the 1-yard line on 1st and goal.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't see who the cover guy was on that, but I think he just tugged the jersey just a little bit at the end of it, and I think at the going to put the ball on the 1-yard line. But
that was Ben Matai in the coverage. So now the Rebels faithful going to try and get behind their defense to get a couple stops here.
Pressure on the new center that's in too, Magnus Arneson, that he puts the ball back clean here. His first bit of action today.
Thiessen takes the snap and is going to hand this off, and here comes the Rebels defense right away. Nowhere to go with that football. That is Cole Bunting, the 2nd-year linebacker for the Rebels, in on the tackle, and that is going to back up the Kodiaks to about the 4-yard line here, so it becomes a much tougher 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Cody McMahon was pretty quick getting in there too, knifing in from the edge, and yeah, like nowhere to go. It closed down very quickly.
See what Thiessen does this time. They're going to spread out the offense here. 3 receivers, empty backfield, and Thiessen going to roll out of the pocket. He's going to take it himself, and he is in for the touchdown as Sawyer Thiessen calls his own number, and he puts a major score on the board for the Kodiaks. And don't go anywhere. It's still a football game. It's now 42-24 with just under 11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
That was a good, smart call Coach Borum had there. Where just let Thiessen use his legs and find the hole and get in. You're close enough where, you might be able to have a little trick play off of it where he stops up and passes it. But he's a good athlete, so put the ball in his hands and let him go.
Brady Harper out to kick the extra point here. Kick is up and kick is good. So that tacks on the extra point, makes it 42-25. Still over a 2-score game, but if the Kodiaks can get a quick 2 and out, try not to kill too much of the clock, they're still not out of this.
Not at all. Again, it's up to the Rebels what they do offensively. Because of the score now, you might not see many changes or any changes for the Rebels offensively or defensively. But the Rebels have to try to control the clock here and keep the ball out of the Kodiaks' hands. They're a little excited. If you come into Westshore and you score 25 points, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself. And they can take a lot of pride in how they've played today. Nothing wrong with the way Coach Borum is slowly molding them into a BCFC contender.
So Brady Harper, after kicking the extra point, will kick this ball away. And looks like the official wants to make sure that there's enough players on the field, which there was not. So Kodiaks have been caught with that a couple times now.
Yes, they have.
And this is a squib kick. And there's not really much coverage there. Carter Williams gonna have a tough time here. And a smart play there by Brady Harper. Kicks it right into an island where there was no real coverage. And Carter Williams really had to come into that ball in order to get it, and no return really to speak of. And the Rebels will take over near their 30-yard line.
Well, I think it was, kind of like an onside kick. You kick it to an open area and hope that your speedster that's on your side can get down before the returner can get to it. But Williams is a little bit quicker, for sure.
So Ethan Picard and the offense back out on the field. We saw them just towards the end of the third quarter, nearly through an interception. And a tough snap there, but a good job by Picard to get that out to Carter Williams. And he is going to fight his way to get maybe 4 yards there.
Yeah, just another tough run. Keeps his legs going and gets his shoulders parallel the line of scrimmage and just go, go, go. He turns a 2-yard gain into 5. That's a good running back.
I believe, do the Kodiaks have enough players on the field here? I saw one come off. I didn't see one come on. But regardless, we're playing football. Carter Williams up the middle, and he is going to have a first down as that's a run of about 9. And Carter Williams racking up the yardage on the ground, and he's been just dominant today.
Yeah, he's found something in the coaches found something in the Kodiaks defense that they're exploiting right now, and having a player of Williams' pedigree running the football with his speed.
Here is another good run.
But I think he got a holding penalty against the Rebels.
This ball could be coming back as well. So I actually don't have a number 45 in my program, so I'm not sure who ran that ball, but I'm going to go ahead and say it was John Boubard of Winnipeg, Manitoba. He was wearing number 43. We'll see if we can get a
10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Yeah, Boubard.
Boubard now wearing number 45, had him as 43 in my program. So again, a Winnipeg, Manitoba native from the Dakota Collegiate Lancers. Actually had a pretty good game in week 1, 5 rushes for 51 yards. Anytime you're averaging 10 yards as a running back, you're probably doing your job okay.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it looks like they're going to give Carter Williams a bit of a break here. And now they are really backed up here, 1st and 20. And Boubard going to get it on the pitch and makes a couple nice moves before being tackled, but that's going to get them back to about 10 yards away from a first down. So a productive 1st and long scenario there for the Rebels.
Yeah, trainer out there. That's a shoulder, probably looks like.
And the Kodiak down. That's number 22, Carson Flynn. Looks like he's going to be all right.
Yeah, so second down and just over around 9. Manageable for the Rebels, the way they've handled this game here in the second half.
And the lineman just getting one more drink of water. And again, not enough can be said for these Prince George Kodiaks who made the trek. We were talking to their broadcaster, Ethan Reddy, earlier today. It sounds like the trip here was pretty smooth. They stopped in Chilliwack overnight and made the trip over. Sounds like everything goes well, but I mean, just the fact of how many kilometers they had to travel to be here today and the amount of games they put on as that is going to be a sack in the backfield as Ethan Picard had nowhere to go. That's Dashin Fournier on the tackle, and that brings up third down, and the Rebels will kick this one off. But for the Kodiaks, I know moral victories are a lame duck term in terms of coaching and obviously wanting to be successful, but you've got to take some moral victory away from making that trek here and really competing in this football game.
Oh gosh, yeah, that is a long haul, and I used to sit on the bus when we used to go to Kelowna, and we used to call it the trip to hell because we'd catch that 7 o'clock ferry in the morning, play the game at 7 at night, and be on the 7 o'clock ferry coming home the next day, and it's hard. But Prince George, you have to have an overnight somewhere, and let alone the demands on the players and coaches, support staff that are making the trip. But it's extra money, that you got to raise to house the guys for that one evening and feed them, and be prepared. And I'm not sure what their plan is. I assume they'll probably be on the 9 o'clock boat this evening, leaving Swartz Bay. I'm not sure if they're stopping somewhere or if they're driving the entire way and get home late Sunday night, I guess, or even Monday morning.
But a testament to this Kodiaks team. They've looked sharp today. Had a couple defensive lapses, but regardless, again, making the trek here and playing the way they have. Got to be happy with how they've come out here. Here is Thiessen, pressure coming, and it's going to be a loose ball, and that was Ferenmi Akinlola in the secondary. Just couldn't get to that tipped ball, and that is going to bring down 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think the pressure got to him and got him around the waist, and as he started to throw, they twisted his body a bit, and the ball came out, like they say, a lame duck, and Akinlola just couldn't get to it.
So here we go, 2nd and long. We're not into do or die time, but we're getting awfully close. 7 minutes remaining in this football game as Thiessen is going to air it out and just throw it out of bounds. So that is going to bring up 3rd and 10. And now, if you are the Kodiaks and you want to stay in this football game, you got to convert here on 3rd down.
Oh yeah, you got to punt the ball here. You don't want. You're going to have 50 points clear on you. You go for it here, but just punt the ball. Put your defense back out there. Get the stop, get the ball back, and put another little drive on. Score as many points as you can, because it comes down to points for and against on a season. To determine playoff positioning on teams that are tied.
So Brady Harper going to kick this one away on 3rd and 10. Yeah, and it's a good kick. Good air under it. Chris McClarty back to return for the Rebels. He's going to misdirect to the right. He's going to now look up the gut in the middle. Here goes Chris McClarty, and he is tackled past the 50-yard line as Chris McClarty found a hole and gets some good yardage to set up the Rebels in good field position with just over 7 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, it was a good return, but unfortunately I think the Rebels got called for a legal block, so that'll push it back 10 yards.
Number 20, Westshore. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Down, Westshore.
So the Rebels push back onto their own side of the field here at the 50-yard line. And penalties again, we talk about it every week, Paul. Penalties. And this game could have been pretty much put to bed now, I think, if the Rebels hadn't have as much penalties as they have today.
Absolutely, yeah. And you gotta be aware of that. Next team you play is pretty good, and they're going to be undefeated coming in, I would assume. You don't want to. That's a nice pass. You don't want to, have the penalties hurt you and you lose a game because you took a silly penalty at the wrong time. And That's something that's discipline, and sometimes you can overcome them because you got a good dominating team, or they're going to hurt you.
That was Tristan Ramus Aravallo on the secure catch, brings up second and short. And something went wrong there. We'll have to wait to see.
Yeah, I don't think it was blown in. I don't think the head official blew it in yet.
And we'll see what's going on here as there's a substitution as the Rebels are going to take out Zion Brown and add an extra blocker by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like they're just, I think they call it hippo, where you're bringing in the big guys and just running a play following the big guys, get the first down, keep the clock rolling.
So Ethan Picard under center, and he is going to do a reverse sweep play to Kwame Franklin, and he is going to get some extra yards, and Kwame Franklin on a second and short situation gains about 20, and the Rebels have had lots of success cutting to the outside of the zones, and that's another big play.
Well, that was they tricked the Kodiaks there where the quarterback went under center rather than staying in the shotgun, and the defense surged to where they think it was going to be a quarterback sneak, and allowed the reverse to happen, and first down, maintaining possession. But yeah, the Rebels, they've got a good looking football team, and once they get all tacked in and understanding what Coach Townsend wants, they'll be in the mix at the end. And I think the Kodiaks, if they play like this, how they play today the rest of the season, you might see them fighting for a playoff spot.
That was Carter Williams getting about 4. And there is the monster that is Lorenzo Altabelli catching his breath. Again, he doesn't look that big on the screen, but I can tell you when you talk to him in person, it's like you're looking at a tower.
Yeah.
And Carter Williams on the pitch play, and he is going to get some more extra yards, but
took a shot right in his knee.
That is going to hurt. Is he going to be all right? Looks like he's going to need some help, and that is a huge loss here for the Rebels. Hopefully he's all right. Number 28, 3 touchdowns on the day, over 100 yards rushing, and looks like he just took a helmet to the knee there at the end of that play.
Yeah, it looked like it just as he was making the cut, the defender, tackled him low, and it just caught the shoulder pad right in the knee, or the helmet right on the knee, and the way he went down, he just might have jarred it as well. Might not be as bad as we're thinking, but he went down pretty quick, grabbing it. Like another Kodiak down too, going out to help.
Again, Carter Williams, 3 touchdowns today. Former Mount Doug Ram in his first season here in the BCFC. And it looks like he's going to be able to put some weight on that knee, but not a whole lot, as he's going to limp off the field. That's probably the last we see of number 28 today. But what a performance today. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and really drove the offense with his legs today.
Oh, absolutely. You got to tip your hat to how he's played today, and he's brought a little bit of life. Kieran Hardesty's not here no more, and maybe he's going to be the guy that replaces him and shakes things up and excites the BCFC.
And, we saw it last year, Malik Gagne-Smith, also a first-year running back. And when you can have those guys in your program for more than, a couple years,
yes,
and really set the precedent and leave the program in a better place than it was before. And I think, Carter Williams has a chance to do that here with the Rebels.
Absolutely. And that's the goal, too, is you want to get the guys coming back so that you can build and say next year we know that we've got Carter Williams coming back. So, you surround yourself with some great athletes, and you have that sprinkling of young guys, medium guys, older guys, and everybody just goes uphill replacement, but they've got some experience, they've got the knowledge, and that's how you have the continuity, like an Okanagan Sun, like the Raiders used to be, constantly winning, because they had that pipeline within the team, the conveyor belt, just bringing guys in and moving them into positions.
And we wouldn't see Ethan Picard under center today if it weren't for the 2 years he spent under the tutelage of T. Jesse.
Absolutely.
Picking his brain about certain, plays. And that's another thing is, if you leave something better than you found it the way before. And I think with the Rebels program, you know, you date back to when the last time they played in the Canadian Bowl, 2016, I believe. They really went through a couple of years where they were trying to find that gear and find those guys. And, you know, now with Kieran and T and Garen leaving the program in a better place than they found it, I think we're seeing the fruits of that coming to fruition here.
Oh, yeah, and for Picard, you know, you got to pat him on the back, too, for understanding that it's going to take you a couple years before you see the field full time. And to have that patience and wherewithal to say, well, that's good because I want to learn. And so far, he's looking pretty darn good.
So as this player is down, we are going to take a quick break away from the action. We'll be back with the last few minutes of this game in a few moments.
I'm Cody McMahon. I'm from Mission, BC.
Hey, I'm Ethan Picard. I'm from Corkin, Alberta.
Hey, I'm Kwame Franklin. I'm from Port Harbour, Nova Scotia.
Hi guys, I'm John Anderson from Port Alberta, BC.
I'm Zion Brown from East Preston, Nova Scotia.
Hi, my name's Lorenzo Altabelli. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil.
Hi, this is Fermi Okolola. I'm from London, UK, and this is Know Your Rebels.
What's your favorite snack food? Snack food, I'm pretty boring. I'll just put some chicken thighs in the air fryer, and that's about it.
I think snack food, I just have to go with, I'm not a big snack guy, like lasagna, that's my snack food.
It's gotta be paçoquinhas. In Brazil, we have these peanut, they're kind of like Reese Cups, but not too sweet. They're less sweet than Reese Cups, so it's gotta be paçoquinhas.
I'm already a snack guy, but in Canada, you guys got these Doritos sweet chilies. I love those, the black pack.
Chocolate, I'm a big chocolate guy. I mean, put chocolate on anything, I might eat it.
What's your favorite chocolate of the bunch?
Probably Hershey's.
I get made fun of this for a lot, but I really like chocolate covered jujubes.
What?
Yeah, it's an alignment thing, but you know, just good choice.
They recently got those like cheese balls, those ones from Toy Story. They recently started selling those out in Walmart. Bought a couple boxes of those. Those are nice.
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
And we are back here at Starlight Stadium as the Rebels came up empty on their two offensive plays after the injury timeout and the field goal unit onto the field here. And we'll see if Charlie Wiersma can kick this one through from about 25 yards. Have you ever had a chocolate-covered jube there,
No,
Paul?
No. I wouldn't. I'd try that. I'd try one. Maybe. I'm trying to envision it. You know, like it'd be maybe like a chocolate-covered raisin, but softer maybe. I don't know.
Here is Charlie Wiersma with the kick, and it is through, so tack on 3 points. It is 45-25 Rebels as they gain a 20-point lead here with 3 minutes to go. And they will give the ball back.
As a matter, I don't think I've ever seen a chocolate-covered juju.
You probably got to custom make them, I would have to think.
Or can you get them in those little bears, I wonder?
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyways, that segment that you saw there, Know Your Rebels, there's going to be a bunch of those coming out. We'll debut a new one every week so you can find out a little bit more about the team, because I think that's something that's lacking, of getting to know these young men in their short time as a Rebel. So it'll be a fun little segment we can talk about every week, and we hope you tune in. We also share it on their social media pages, so if you follow them on social media, you can get to know a few of their players. There's some interesting cats on this team, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine that every team's like that. But it's kind of neat. You dig it into the backgrounds of these guys, and because they're well beyond just football players, you know, especially guys that are coming from different parts of the world. They've got such great culture and ideas of different things you can talk about and try, you know, like food or, you know, dancing or whatever it is. Just to get excited and find out where these guys are like and what they're built upon.
That first down pass by Sawyer Thiessen, a little too high and incomplete. That was Xander Shane leaking out of the backfield looking for that reception. But he just couldn't quite get there.
We got the 3-minute warning happening, and officials usually huddle up to go over responsibilities in the last 3 minutes since the clock stops after every play.
So now it's a 2nd and long situation. Sawyer Thiessen going to spread out the offense here. Empty backfield. And there's a throw right up the middle, and it is caught That is Braden Van Someren on the catch. That's a gain of 12, and that's going to move the chains for a Kodiaks first down.
That was a nice route. He just bended right over the center. Again, 12 yards, get the first down, keep the ball, and the game positive.
First and 10. Ball spotted just shy of the 50-yard line on the Kodiak side of the field. Thiessen takes the snap. He's going to throw. Pressure coming. Loses his footing, and now he's scrambling out of the pocket, and that's a very good run by Sawyer Thiessen, improvising on the play, and that's a gain of about 8 as he holds onto it himself, and that's going to bring them closer to another Kodiak's first down.
Yeah, Rebels put a lot of pressure on him right off the bat. As soon as the ball was snapped, they were in the backfield, the D-line, and he, again, used his legs. He's a great athlete, and put them in a manageable second down and 2.5.
So here we go, second and short situation. Thiessen going to throw this one quick and out through the offensive line. Someone got a hand on that. That was a great job there by the Rebels D-line to intercept that play. And now it's third and short, and if you're the Kodiaks, probably got to go for it.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. I didn't see who batted that down, but that was one of those things you teach D linemen as you're in your pass, when you're in the pass rush. If you don't see the quarterback's eyes, keep coming hard. If you see his eyes, come hard, but get your hands up.
Again, my program is failing me. It was 85, but I don't have an 85, so we'll see if we can get that name for you shortly. But it's third and 3. And it's going to be a fake play, and this one is going to be successful as Carson Briere takes a big hit, but gets the first down.
85, Charlie, where's my?
Oh, that wouldn't be right. He's the kicker. It was something 5.
Okay.
We'll make sure we get it
Yeah.
for you before the end of the game. Apologies in advance.
Yeah, it was offside Rebels, I think.
And there is an offside. Is it 94? They might have traded off now. The jerseys are all scrunched up on the O-line, so it's really hard to see who it is.
Oh, okay, against the Kodiaks, a rare penalty against them today.
Only loss of 5, so first and 15. With just under 2 minutes remaining in the game here today. And before we wrap up here today in the final minutes, just want to give a shout out and a thanks to everyone on the Roll Focus team here today who made this game possible through coverage. As here's a first and 15, it's a big throw, and Gio Lanuzzi gets the interception, and he has a chance to dial up another house call. Let's see where he goes, and he has no one in front of him. That will be ball game. Gio Lanuzzi with a pick 6. But hold on, that might all be for nothing because there is a flag in the backfield.
Flag on the field. Not sure that game looks like it. Yeah, it could be legal contact on a receiver. That was a nice run by Gio. It just maybe all for naught.
So we'll wait and see. No one has really indicated which way this is going, but let's wait and hear.
We have a legal blindside. Number 97 on Westshore. 15-yard penalty. First down, Westshore.
After the interception. Yeah, that's one of the new rules where you can't block back towards your own end zone.
So Gio Lanuzzi will not get the pick 6, and the Rebels faithful not happy with the officiating today.
Well, sometimes it's easy to pick on them because they've got these striped things on. They really stand out. So, but again, yeah, their first game too for some of these guys. They just got to figure it out, get on the same page, and they talk about it during the week. They'll have Zoom meetings and break down the game and why did you call that? What did you see there? And they keep improving.
And for the Rebels, you know, regardless if they missed a call or two across the board, it's probably still something you want to nip in the butt, whether it's a missed call or not. There's been enough penalties in this game that they know they've got to clean it up. We say it every week, I feel like, but it's definitely been an issue in this game, and you know, in I feel like in the last 2 years.
Yes.
Every game we talk about penalties. So.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure why the clock is still running, but there was over a minute when the timeout was called.
Is that the timeout clock, maybe?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. Could be.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had one up there.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think the Rebels are probably close to 200 yards again this week in penalty yardage, which is not a good thing. Because when the Sun come to town in 2 weeks, that'll make for a game, you know, and 200 yards in penalties, that's a lot of field that the Sun can take advantage of.
And here's John Boubard, looked to his left, didn't see anything. He goes to his right, nothing there as well. It's going to be a loss of about 5, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and long situation.
Yeah, I just ran out of space there, cut back as the Kodiaks cut it down, but stayed in bounds, keep your clocks in your favor. Game's almost over.
And we have a new quarterback in for the Rebels here. It's Miles Blatherwick, second-year quarterback. This is, I believe, his first game action as a Rebel. And it's going to be a handoff play here, and that's going to be Roman Poggi. Again, apologies if I get the pronunciation on that wrong, but that's a loss of a few yards. We have a Kodiak down on the play. We're going to need some assistance out there, but this Rebels drive is going to go nowhere, and they're going to have to kick this ball away with just over a minute remaining here in the ball game.
Yeah, just freewheeling now out there. You know, the Kodiaks know the Rebels are going to run, and the Rebels are just, you know, making some of the changes. And sometimes it takes a couple plays to get the feel for it when you get your hands on the ball, so your mind's not right there to say, okay, look, where's my vision? What am I cutting? What am I seeing?
And again, while we have this time, just want to shout out the Roll Focus team putting this broadcast together on the field cams. We have Derek Munch and Paige. I just forget your last name, Paige. I'm so sorry. But Paige is on our field cam. She's been great all day today. We've got Joseph up here on Chase Cam and Luca braving the elements up top there on the game cam, and in the truck, Nikki Haysom directing this game. Aiden Milburn on audio, Scott Myler on graphics, and good old Bob on the graphics. So thanks again to our whole team for making this game possible. Again, you can catch Roll Focus covering all the home games for both the Rebels and the Raiders this season, and we hope you tune in to all the broadcasts on BCFC TV or Telus Optic. It's going to be a fun season.
I think it's going to be a great season. Tough road hole for the BC champion this year. They've got to go to the Prairies for the semifinal, and then whoever wins that goes to Ontario. So it'll be 2 travels in a row if they can get past the Prairies, but it's game 2, still 8 to go. And hopefully the weather and the smoke and everything cooperates, and we can get games in and make sure nobody's impacted by any negative things.
JJ Abogue is the player who limped off the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. And, you know, you make a good point there, Paul, about last year, obviously in Kamloops in the interior, Okanagan, dealing with the wildfires. We've seen it in Jasper already this year, so we're just hoping that everyone out in Jasper, Alberta there is safe and okay, and just sending our well wishes to everyone out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Who's dealing with those wildfires.
Yeah, I know last year we had to cancel a game in Kelowna between the Rams and the Sun because of smoke. And, you know, not going to put the kids into danger, breathing in those elements. And I was president of the league in 2003 when they had the big fire in Kelowna, and it was just devastating. We had to cancel a game up there because I needed the field for the firefighters to be housed with tents, and so it's, you know, it impacts so many different things. And but the big thing is just player safety and, you know, all the volunteer safety.
And as we mentioned it, there's also a wildfire burning just out of Langford here in Souk at the potholes. I saw a helicopter carrying some water literally right over the Starlight Stadium sign 2 minutes ago. So it's affecting everyone across the province and in Alberta. So we're just hoping that everyone stays safe out there. That's the most important thing.
You bet. And Mother Nature is supposed to put a little bit of liquid on us on Monday apparently. So hopefully it's enough to help slow stuff down. And then, the other thing, too, is, like with Prince George, they got to drive back home through all that. And I hope no highways are closed because of the fires or they have to reroute or something. But, we're just hoping everything works out for everybody and everybody stays real healthy.
Here's a throw on first down as Thiessen had the pressure coming, just got rid of it. And he's a little slow to get up, but it looks like he is going to be okay, and that brings up a 2nd and 10. 46 seconds remaining in this football game, and it's all pretty much said and done at this point. Kodiak's just looking for a couple more points on the board, perhaps, before getting on the bus and taking that dreaded long trip home to Prince George.
Yeah. I feel for them, especially the guys that got hurt. If you've got something where you have to stretch your leg out. If you're on a bus, there's not a lot of room to stretch your leg out, and I would assume they're stopping quite a few times along the way, obviously for food and just to stretch. Nice catch.
Down in on the sidelines there. That is going to be a first down. That is Ben Fair on the catch. He's listed as a defensive back on my roster sheet, but he's playing on the offense there, makes the nice catch, and that will move the chains and make it hold on here. We might be a little short.
It's just a bit shy, so Big's up 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. My apologies. So obviously the Kodiak's going to go for it here. Going to spread out the offense here. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And Thiessen looked to throw right away, but here comes the pressure. And this one is going to be dropped. A turnover on downs. As that was Myron Brown who had that electric return touchdown run in the first half. Couldn't haul that one in, and now it is time to probably kneel this ball.
I would
send
think
everyone
so.
home happy.
I would think so. Yeah, you don't need more points at this juncture of the game with 29 seconds to go, but you never know. You don't know the thinking of coaches because a lot of, they're so competitive. And it's just like keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, Thiessen did pretty good there, evading the Rebels' rush. Just getting a hurried throw, a little bit low.
So the Rebels will take this win and move to 2-0 on this young season. And we'll also get a bye week as they will prepare for the Okanagan Sun to come into town in week 4. And it looks like a delay of game penalty here, perhaps. So we'll probably have to back up this play a few yards.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty and loss of down. The last 3 minutes, it should be there as being corrected now.
So they'll adjust this. This is always the fun part of BCFC football. When there's like 30 seconds left, the game is done, and it always takes about 10 minutes just for some bizarre reason to get to the end of the line here. So we'll see the correction be made here.
Yeah,
second down.
And then also too, you've been banging against the same guy for an hour. And, that's when a lot of the times the emotions spill over just in the last minute. But it's been a pretty tame game, other than just surprised how many injuries the Kodiaks have suffered today, where the trainers had to go on the field.
Oh, here is a good run up the middle. Gain of about 20 there for John Boubard out of Winnipeg. And that is a first down, and now we'll see what the Rebels have planned here with only 22 seconds on the clock. Again, a bye week here for the Rebels. And then it is going to be alumni night here at Starlight Stadium. You don't want to miss it. August 10th, the Okanagan Sun come to town. The last 2 Cullen Cup champions going toe-to-toe. And also a night to remember Roger Wade once again, who we lost this past week. So it's going to be an emotional night. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a night about football. And that's, I think, the way that Roger would have wanted it. Victory formation. There is the final knee of the football game, and that is your game. The Westshore Rebels came out of the gate pretty slow, They were down 4-0 for a lot of this game in the first half, but they found their gear in the second quarter and never looked back. Credit to the Prince George Kodiaks coming all the way down and putting up a good fight in this one. They got to be happy with putting up 25 points here in the Westshore, and will be relegated to 1-1 on the season. They'll look for some answers and look to recuperate next week. But that's your ball game, Paul. What were your final thoughts on this one?
I just I echo what you said there about the Kodiaks. They came out strong. They looked good. They were in this game at the start. But the Rebels just kind of picked up where they left off last year. I didn't get a chance to see them play Kamloops last week, but they looked like a dominating team. And I think once they get everything and all the pieces in place, and no injuries, obviously, that they'll be in the mix, and you could see them represent BC at the end of the year. And for the Kodiaks, definitely they keep playing like this, they're going to be battling for a playoff spot in the BCFC in their third year of existence.
So there you have it, a fun evening of football, and the Westshore Rebels win their home opener as their proclaimed Red in the Park is a success. And they move to 2-0 on this young season. Again, they are headed for a bye week, and then we'll be back with you on week 4, August 10th, Alumni Night against the Okanagan Sun. You don't want to miss it. Until then, for BC Football Hall of Famer Paul Short, I'm Tyler Bennett. Thank you for everyone who tuned in, whether on BCFC TV or TELUS Optic. We'll see you in a couple weeks' time. Until then, be excellent to each other.